Oh, hello. Hello, Ian. Hello, Michael. There we go. Gotta start the stream right? In theory. What? What do you mean by, like, blame you for what's going to happen? I don't
Well,
understand.
I'm already upset with you.
What? I haven't done
What do
anything
you...
yet!
Yes, you did. I literally just posted. I haven't eaten my food yet, and then you're like, stream start. It doesn't matter that this is the typical time you start. Uh, I was counting that. And now that I'm on voice, specifically something I could have waited to do. Like, I could have just waited like 20 minutes and been like, hey, I'm ready. Uh, no, I couldn't do that.
So what'd you order?
I mean, does it really matter?
A little bit.
What do you think I ordered
I think I like...
from this?
I think I read KFC.
Okay, yes, you did.
I don't know what people order at KFC. Like, I don't... I haven't been to a KFC in, like, actual years.
Well, see, like, I'm pretty sure that today is Christmas in Japan, so I just felt like honoring it.
Oh my god! Oh, fucking amazing. Okay. Sure.
It's definitely not that I have terrible taste and was like, this sounds like a good idea right now at this exact moment. And definitely will not be something where I'm just like, I don't know about this. And like 5 minutes after I order it.
Like...
Yeah. Well, no, because like eating it's fine. It's just the fact that like if I ever begin to eat it is my problem.
Oh no.
This is Josh. This is a very personal problem. Don't say "oh no" like that. It's very upsetting to me in my lifestyle choices.
Okay.
By the way, hello everyone. Hello Chopamon. Yes, for today. Hello Michael. It's great to see you as always. Ian, I'm angry at you. I don't remember why, but I am.
Why would you be angry at Ian? He does like the least wrong.
He was posting pictures. He turned my face into emotes on a private server.
Yeah. That sounds fine, I guess. I don't know.
Ian, that's such a lie. You're just the least noticeable about the problematic here. Your problem... See, here's the thing, Ian. We can't trust you because you're constantly streaming on you're constantly like on Twitch. By the way, Ian has a Twitch. It's Ian0. Go follow him. His thing is like, hey, if you see this Twitch channel, do not watch, do not record, do not respond, anything. This isn't for you. Please do go show up there. He hates it. So the problem with him is that he doesn't record himself while he's doing it. He's just like posting things. So we can't tell how many gamer moments, like how like he's an Xbox player. He's streaming off of Xbox. I don't trust that. And he's specifically like, you can see the gameplay footage, but you can't hear my reactions. And I think that's suspicious in and of itself.
What? Okay, sir.
I think that's a reasonable take.
I don't know about that. Don't a lot of streamers just kind of like stream game footage? There are
Not
people
really?
who like commentary less like playthroughs.
Yeah, typically for like guide stuff. Ian, like, okay, you're trying to give him more credibility. Ian is not even asking for credibility. It's like anti-credibility. He's like, please avoid me at all costs. I don't care, and I don't want it. Which is why I'm promoting it right now, because that's funny. Ian, it's not about the fame. It's about, like, your frustrations. You are just playing in the game. That's so sweet. I really think that's adorable and really cute. Not gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
So what inspired this, Josh? So what inspired Kobu showing up again?
Cause Selkie
Just-
requested.
Okay. That is fair.
And we didn't do it last time because, like, I got coerced into drawing, like, an underweared raccoon.
Yeah, but Ian needed some representation. Like you said, he's the least problematic one, and so you're like, let me just draw him in boxer briefs. Which, you know what? That actually says a lot about you.
A lot of things say a lot about me, like my cereal habits.
I know. Oh my god. Have we talked about Josh's cereal habits on stream before?
Yeah,
We've
we
definitely
have. It
talked
happened
about
on stream, remember?
it didn't.
Did it not?
It happens. No, which is why Messer was like, you should pin this comment because you were explaining your cereal and it was just horrifying, which is why I made that image because it was just like the fact that I can even joke like this is terrifying.
It's not. It's optimal.
It's not. In what way is it optimal?
You get more of the cereal experience.
Like, it's like frustrating how much of like a fence sitter cereal it is, where it's like this is everything and nothing all at once. Because you're like, there's the people who are like, yeah, no, I pour cereal and I let it sit in the milk for like 20 minutes because I like it soggy. I like it just part of it. And there are people like, no, you need to eat it right away because it's crunchy and like you want that contrast. And so what you do is you're like, I want both and I want a third option as well. And you just layer it, but it's all in a single bowl.
Yeah.
And it's just you.
I don't see the problem.
I know you don't. And you know what? It's not a problem. It's just, you know, it's quirky.
Quirky. That's
I'm
the
gonna-
word you're
no.
use.
Josh, I've tried using idiosyncratic with you before, and it does not stick. So I'm just going to use quirky.
What does idiosyncratic even mean?
I know, Bird. It's fine.
That's just the made-up word you just made up on the
It's,
spot.
oh my gosh, I can't handle you. At like normal times, I can't handle you. So Chapamon, do
Yeah,
not
see, he
give
thinks it's
him,
clever.
Like, I need to go find Master. Hello, Saki. I need to go find Master because Master's like, you need to pin this, which I can tell has not happened yet.
Okay. Like, sure. And hello, Selkie.
What do you mean, like, sure?
I don't know.
You know what I do appreciate though that I recently found out when looking at the pins, is the wonderful thing of like how there's like a really obvious typo in the pin message.
Oh, bless.
Where you mean to say thanks for supporting me? Like this is the first thing on your Discord server, and instead it says that's for supporting me.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
Oh my god.
Look, it sets expectations.
It really does.
Truly.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine.
So if he's from a VN, Michael. Selkie's here. Selkie can explain better than I can.
What, Kobu?
It's edited to Ian. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Oh, that's me. Okay, Kobu. He's from Where the Demon Lurks. He's the main character, and I like him.
Very
very
descriptive.
cute,
I
round-
like it.
Lion guy. He's adorable. Look, I can't talk that well. I'm still feeling under the weather. So
I'm sorry that you're not
You'll just
feeling
deal with it.
great. And yes, Michael, it's that adorable. I want to clarify something right now. Is Josh was trying to defend himself and his cereal habits. But I'm just gonna read his post because he posted a picture, and I could not tell. Sorry, I just saw something that made me laugh. I'll post what made me laugh, and then I'll get back to the cereal comment. This is what he's saying, because I could not see any milk in his cereal bowl. And he said, I put half the amount of milk as the cereal itself. That way the milk left at the end has a lot of cinnamon. I eat cereal fairly quickly, so the milk doesn't get absorbed very quick. You missed your chance to say really quickly. But that wasn't established yet, so I forgive you. And my response was, okay, but even knowing that, I still don't see any milk. And you said that's because the entire top half is just cereal. I like that the top layer has no milk, the second layer is somewhat tossed in the milk, and the final layer is kind of soggy. It gives me the full cereal experience. Importantly, you end with this. Typing this out, I realize how insane this is.
Yeah.
I'm glad you realized it.
He did, and then he's immediately like taking it back.
Like it's insane, but it's so practical though.
Oh my god.
It's not practical, but continue.
When you say things like that, Josh, I'm just even more confused than before. Like, sometimes. So here's my take. When you mess up words, I just think you don't know what those words are, and that's fair. When you say things like "it's practical," though, then I get confused as to what you think practicality even is.
Look, it's.
Those are two very different things.
I mean, something
hi,
can be
Maestro.
practical but still insane.
I don't. Oh my gosh, we're just starting out. Hello, everyone. This is bound to be a great stream. I should go tag my old Echo friends. They probably won't show up, but I should go tag them anyway.
More the merrier.
Yeah. Did you actually post the stream link on Twitter?
I should have.
Okay, let me go check.
Why did that sleep-induced tweet I made like get any amount of likes? That shouldn't have happened.
Which one?
Which one? The Dawn Tide one?
The Dawn Tide one.
Mm.
But what's
Like,
wrong
that,
about it?
That
though?
that tweet should make 0 sense, and no one should like it.
But what's wrong about it? What's incorrect about it, though, Josh?
That it was like posted at like 6:30 a.m. or some shit like that.
Okay, you just said
What's wrong with it?
Yeah.
You're not explaining. You're jumping around this. Like,
Yeah, you know what? It's an image of Kaoru. That's what's wrong with it. Like that should have not have been posted. Like.
Okay, so that's the problem. So I had. We'll get there in a second. So when I'm gonna say, you're like, oh, the sleep induced. How could like anyone have even like responded to it? It's just like, Josh, you posted it in the morning when people are just waking up, and you're just like,
No, everyone
what?
should be
No, that's
sleeping
like,
at that
it's like
time.
midnight. Yes. Blessed child. I showed a picture because I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Kaoru, but I needed to double check because I've seen Ava like through roommates. I experienced it the same way as I experienced Doctor Who, which is I had a roommate who was really into it, and it was sometimes on while they were watching it. So I sent it to Brian, and I said, "Is this Ava?" And he said yes. And I asked him, "Is it the gay boy?" And he said, "I mean, I won't give the showrunner that much credit."
No, he's not gay.
And then he's like,
That's just the
closer
fan
to,
thing. Like.
he said closer to, as they say, queer baiting. And I was like, wow. And he said, I mean, it's anime. He's not gay. He's a metaphor.
I mean, I wouldn't
And
say
then he
it's
wanted me-
queer baiting either, because it's very unintentional.
I mean, yeah, that's most anime.
Like nowadays, yes, it would be queer baiting, and the rebuilds definitely are, but originally that is not the case.
So, but I'm just... Josh, when you were playing Dante, did you have a similar reaction to this character?
Yes.
So you like this character?
I like Griff, from what we've seen.
From what we've seen, yeah. Because I had this thing where I think I spoiled Chatter, or no, I talked about it in the Pervader, where when I was playing for it, I was like, every decision I make, I make for Joe. Joe is just absolutely wonderful. I really like him, even if he smokes. And then all of a sudden, I go out there after like agreeing to him, like, yeah, I'll hang out with you tomorrow. And then fucking Griff shows up, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Guess I'm abandoning this other character.
I mean, they kept hinting at this character throughout it, and I was just like, oh, we'll probably see them later, maybe. And then we see him, and I'm just like, fuck, he even looks like a ghost, like a memory of something, and he's real right now, but it's just like, he's gonna try to go away, and it's gonna be awful, and I love that already. And it's just, like, the art's already so good, but adding that on top of it is just... Like, and they do the whole thing where they're like, 4 routes. And you know how, with Echo, it's like, yeah, here's a girl route too. But then it turns out, oh no, here's this other route.
Does
We
she
were just
have like
hiding
an
it.
option?
I don't think so. Because they specifically mentioned 4 routes. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be everyone but her, because I think she might be gay too. I don't know.
It
okay.
seemed like it from that one like comment. With
Yeah, with like Ranzo's sister
yeah.
or like cousin or something like that. Yeah.
Well, there's that comment from Billy in the bar where they're like, "Oh, they talked about girls, and they finally like have something in common to talk about." There's a small comment.
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
right. Oh, okay.
Like once they
I don't know
stop
if I
bickering,
got
they
that
start
dialogue.
talking about girls.
Maybe I didn't get that.
Oh, okay.
Because
I don't
there were
know
certain conversations
what
where
changes what in that.
I don't know either.
Because there's a lot of choices that seem very, I don't know, useless?
Yes, like Mikoto.
And
But
I just don't know what changes.
that's fair.
I of course,
In
of
Cirrus,
course very
I
much
agree.
like Ronzo. Is that how
Yeah,
his name's
I
pronounced?
like I told you would.
Fuck you.
Like I said, he's real fucking cute. Specifically because I'm like, I know you. The second he appeared, I was like, oh wow, this boy. Like it's not incorrect. He is, but
Oh, am I quiet, Benny? Here, let me check that.
yeah, maybe
Oh.
turn me down too, or turn you up.
No, I'll just move my mic. How's that?
Oh, yeah, that might help too.
I had
like, I'm
realized
wearing
it was like a
headphones.
little farther away. I have it in a different spot.
Okay.
So that might be the
Well-
reason.
Well, serious. There's a lot of chase where if you go for the buy route with Jenna, you get chased. Like it's probably the most chase ever is in any of the routes. Like this whole thing where Jenna's like trying to be emotionally vulnerable, and he's like, "Do you just think I'm not good at sex?"
And the answer is yes, but
Yes. Yeah, see, maybe if you can turn me down just a little bit on my end. I know I'm loud. I'm
Okay.
loud as shit.
Maybe.
Maybe? Venny, is this better? Josh, talk to.
I don't fucking I don't. Things are hard.
I know you don't. Things are.
Just read off a card you have lying around.
What?
God.
Like any like Yu-Gi-Oh! Vanguard card you have lying around, just read it.
Oh, I already forgot what I was doing. Let's see.
Act Vanguard once per turn. Soul Blast 1 and choose a face down card with the same card name as this unit from your G zone and turn it face up. If you have a heart card with Star Vader and its card name, your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards for each face up card in your G zone and locks them. Continuous Vanguard Circle, Generation Break 3. All of the units in your front row with Star Vader and their card name gain 3,000 power for each of your opponent's locked cards.
How was it, Rang?
I don't know.
And Cirrus,
turning up
they
a
do
little
bang.
bit, just a little bit. Like in the middle. We need the Goldilocks. We need the happy medium between where I was, who I am now. We need the understanding. We need the answer.
The answer?
Yeah,
We
the
don't.
answer.
Okay. I mean, the Switch release isn't getting the answer, so that, you know.
It's really not. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know.
Still funny.
I
I just
again,
lost Steven Universe.
still hysterical that people for years were like P3P superior until the second they're like, here you go, here's Persona 3 and it's P3P, and they're like, no, but FES though. We want the festival version. We want this. And it's like, nope. This is the one you all said you loved. You're getting that.
I mean, I'm that weirdo that's just like, just play both versions. Fuck it. That was kind of always my recommendation back in the day. It's like, just play both.
I mean, yeah. That's how I feel about Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, except at the same time, I cannot justify this. I don't think anyone should be expected to do that, but it's also the only way to get, like, the complete... Like, there is no complete version of this game. There just isn't. So you just kind of have to deal with it.
That's hysterical. I'll never play it.
Yeah.
And that's
It's a
fair.
shame.
Look, I'm already, like, actively not going to buy the new gen.
I know you are, because you hate the art style. Which
No,
is
there's a
very
game I want
funny.
that comes out the same weekend, so
Oh,
I
what's
have a
that?
plausible
Ooh.
excuse now.
What's that?
It's the first Vanguard video game ever getting localized. So if this doesn't sell well, we're never getting another one. So
I imagine
like-
you'll get Pokemon eventually, but to be fair, Persona 5 Strikers exists.
uh-huh. Indeed it
Are you-
does.
Oh my god.
Are you going to play a game on the channel?
If I buy Deer Days, sure, why not? Sure, it's my least favorite format to actually play, but whatever.
Venny, Ultra Sun and Moon gets really
Oh.
good for certain characters, and it completely destroys others. So it's a very funny game. I'm not gonna go through the same rants that I always do, but it's just like, wow, you almost had it, guys, and you just were like, nope. Let's not.
Well, it's one of those things where, like, again and again, Pokemon, like, tries to borrow a lot from other franchises and then always takes the wrong things from other franchises.
But like, I don't even like. I get what you're saying. Obviously, I know what it's ripping off, and I know that it's not doing it well because it misunderstands the appeal of the things that it's taking.
Yeah, just look at how
Right.
Trials happened. Like, fuck. Like, I get why they're there.
I just really like Alola, and I just wanted better for the characters because I think they're real good. And they just possibly better than Gen 5, which is something that I don't know.
Well, that's just factually incorrect. You can like them more, though.
It's there, but it's there if you like go between both games, and that's really stupid that you need to do that.
At that point, I'll just take the anime.
I know. And the anime, look, the anime is not bad for Sun and Moon. It's different. It's the school thing, but
And hey, they completed the Sun and Moon anime in another anime.
That's a good point.
Tradition continues for Sun and Moon.
so yeah, Michael, it definitely does. It's just really frustrating that, like, again, the tutorial.
What the fuck is a Unova?
Oh my god.
Black and white. God.
What do you call Gen 5? What is it in Japan? Or are you
Oh,
just, like, did you
right.
forget?
That was the only gen where they changed the name of the region. It's the Ishu region.
Oh, okay.
Oh, alright.
I don't
No,
know
that's
why. That
fair,
one's
knowing
the
you.
only one where they did that, but okay.
I mean, if it's an American, like, Unova, like, United, like, it makes sense from an American perspective to be like that. Like, it is still weird, though, that it's not.
Yeah, but they'll
Well, I
change
guess
American
Ishu-
names to, like, other weird names. There's
No, I
zero
know.
consistency.
I know. And that's fair, and you've said your piece, and I do mostly agree with it. Oh my god, Ian. That wouldn't be good.
No, wait, it
Hang on,
depends.
You
What's it
already
rated?
have just play. Oh my god.
Sure. I'm gonna leave the call. My talking still feels weird. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, the Spanish version of Pokemon always has like all fully unique names, much like
Oh my
also
God,
the
it's
same with
so
like
awful.
much the same with most parts of Europe. Though I hear that they leave more of the actual game text in the European releases as opposed to the American one. Which is nicer, for sure. But I have no, like, confirmation on that. That's just what I've heard.
Bucky, hello. Welcome back.
I'm back for some reason. Ah. Well, welcome back, Bucky. There we go.
I need to find the articles about the Latin American Spanish Pokemon localizations and like how horrible it was.
Oh, the Latin America ones?
Yeah, where it was just like, oh no.
Are they as bad as the English ones?
They are worse because they do not care at all.
Wait, are you describing the English ones or the Latin America ones?
Brian, sorry, I can't believe I just said that. Josh? There is a very, very huge gap between those two. And yeah, Vinny, I realized that it's just hearing that makes me think of that. I'm finding so many from like this year, but it wasn't.
All right, Cirrus.
No worries, serious.
I don't expect people to stick around. These are what? Usually like 5-hour monstrosity streams, like.
Oh yeah, this is where memes happen, but
not in a good way, that's for sure.
you know what? I can't believe you just said even liking piss is not a good thing.
That's more of a Discord thing, and you know it.
These streams are more of a Discord thing, even though this is like the trial period Discord.
Oh.
The AOL Online, here's a disc, here's internet for like a certain amount of time, and you can keep getting it ad nauseum, but it's still not the full thing.
Well, you know.
God, I still feel bad. I went to this one meeting where I was making a joke about how like you knew somebody was like, you could tell somebody's age by if they had an AOL.com email address, and at the end of the meeting, somebody mentioned their email address, and it was an AOL.com email address, and they were very old, and everyone just kind of was like, ha ha ha, because, yeah, my comment hurt them. But it's so bad, it's so obvious.
No, that's pretty good. Wait,
Yeah,
is
so
e-
here, like,
I don't know. Email's weird now. I feel like email's only used for business things, and that's it.
yeah, that's fair. That's not incorrect necessarily. Um,
Does
I was
anyone
looking this up.
use like email, like basically social media? Like I feel like social media turned like communicating through email and just invalidated it.
It's there for like authority things, for formal things. So like, my friend is getting married in September, so I get emails about that. Trying to plan that sort of thing. But as far as like, hey, let me just send this person an email. No. That's what DMs are for. That's what other things are for.
There's not enough hours in the day. Look, I never know if I'm producing too little content, too much content. I can never tell. So
Don't.
then
worry.
again, I just always in my head assume that no one watches the streams after they've ended.
Yep. Other than later alligator for some reason.
That one weirds me out.
I mean, it makes sense. It's like fairly popular, but it's also like still on brand for you. And YouTube was like, oh look, he's selling out. So the algorithm like gave in. It was like, here you go.
What, they didn't do that when I was
Here's a freebie.
streaming Oni-chan Bara? Like,
No. Then it'll happen. Don't worry. We'll bug him about it at some point. It'll be a surprise.
I mean, a lot of people want me to do a lot of things.
Yeah,
Two
but I
times
think
speed when you
it's
miss
like
it. That's fair.
the cuteness factor of Pat and getting more of his story.
Look, at this point, I'm
His
there
anime
for, like,
face.
little remnants of Paige when she shows up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
It's the reason why I really like those, like, what are those shitty video games? The Supermassive games? I never play them or buy them, but Paige will always stream them no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So she's forced to stream when one comes out.
God, what a beautiful woman. Just the ideal person. Completely inept at most things. Is probably gonna die in the most embarrassing way. But she's very open about worms in her McDonald's hamburgers. So you know, you gotta love her.
It definitely just is what it is with her. But that's fine. That's why everyone loves her.
I found the Reddit thread about the Latin American Pokemon translations and how they're very bad for like for Spain. Like a lot of these things are like very mild, or a phrase can be like, I care very little about something, but in Latin America the phrase is, I don't give a fuck. Another one is like, in Spain it's like, there's snobby girl, but the Latin American translation is dick girl. And then there's another one where it's like, I want to eat, but then The Latin American version is like, I want to sniff/huff, like in a drug context. Where it's just like fully unhinged. Where just nobody cared.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Michael.
You're painted my soul.
I'm sorry that this happens. I'm sorry this happens. It's very funny though. But I am sorry, genuinely.
Maybe they'll do better in the future.
I
know that's not how
gonna
localization works anymore, but
I mean, you're gonna well, they just I'm pretty sure they're looking into it. Like, the Pokemon Company is looking into it officially, which is why I found so many articles this year, when this was like a couple years ago, or like a year or so ago. And I think at least partially because it's very clear the new region is inspired by Spain. So like, if they keep like, obviously Latin America, like Portuguese and Spanish, and like there's all sorts of differences, but just any Spanish translation that's fucked up is probably not going to reflect well in this specific case. In this specific case, Michael, you know what? You could be right. Also, can you? So, do you have experience? I was talking to people about this. I don't know if you're from Brazil or know of any of the culture there, but have you heard about the whole 23 thing? Or 24, is it? Is this a thing you experienced personally? Or it's like 23 plus 1 years. Because 24 is a gay number.
oh, it's not from like a superstitious thing?
I mean, I guess in a way it is, but at the same time, no.
Like, you know what I mean, like the number 4 and
Yeah,
shit.
no, it's not that. It's just like, wow, this is really gay. We don't want to do that. Okay.
Hysterical.
No, it's definitely because the main writer for Minotaur Hotel was like, yeah, no, that's a thing here. Like, it's real.
Is it like a?
Which is very funny.
Is it like the phrasing of like the number? Like,
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's just a, like, it is superstitious, but it's in a like a very stupid way. It's not like cultural, like it's cultural, but it doesn't have like the same history. It's just so like, no, this feels okay.
huh?
Deer? Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
That was a very. What's the girl's name from Danganronpa V3?
You're gonna have to be way more specific.
Magic.
Oh shit! I forget her name, but she was my favorite character from that one.
Oh my god! Of course.
I thought I was going to hate
she
her.
Was. Oh no.
Because I was like, oh man, she's gonna be so annoying. And then I was like, oh wait, no, she's
Yeah.
hysterical.
Oh no.
It's magic.
Yeah, but the way you just like, yeah, was very much like what she would do. So it makes sense that you would be, just giving off those vibes.
That's fine. I was surprised how much attention she got in that game.
I don't get it, but yeah.
Because she felt like such a throwaway character.
Throwaway character made into final girl status.
Like
what?
She almost felt like the Mahiru of that game.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh no, she's too normal. There's no way that she'll like make it through like the full game.
Like her shtick barely even changes, even at the end. It's like, I'll still curse you with my magic. And it's like, girl, we've moved past that. I haven't.
Like the writer must have just really liked that character.
They must have. I do know in the English version, she's voiced by the same person who was Chiaki, but that does not help.
I don't know. I didn't play it dubbed, so.
I figured.
Granted, it was stupid that you had to like download better voice acting on the Vita.
Oh my god, Josh. Just say downloaded the original. It's stupid you had to download the original. You petty bitch.
No, I mean like both Japanese and English were on the cartridge, but they were bit crushed. You had to download the like higher like quality voice audio for both languages.
That makes sense. Okay, never mind, you're forgiven.
Like, it was just one of those things where, like, I started playing, and I'm like, why does the audio sound so bad? And I had to, like, go in and check, and it's like, wait, I have to download, like, the better audio?
Listen, I don't know what that means, but any knock against him is welcome here.
If it was an Ocean dub, he'd like it. Facts, though. Look, Ocean is weirdly good at their, like, localization and translations. They can't get good voice actors to save their fucking life, but, you know, I can deal with that, weirdly enough.
Oh my god. Because they did Dragon Ball Z, right? Like the first season or something like that?
No, they did one of them, but it's the dub that, like, no one watched.
Because, yeah, but they made it for, like... Because I'm pretty sure it aired in the US for a while.
Didn't we get the Funimation dub?
Like, originally on Toonami, I think we got the Ocean dub, but, for, like, at least as far as they made it, but I only think they made it to, like, maybe the Frieza arc, but, like, not even all of it.
Because they did do dubs for Toonami. They were actually the ones who dubbed Gundam Wing, for better or worse. But their modern dubs are actually, like, fairly decent. It's weird. Like, the main issue with their dubs now is actually just, like, they don't actually have that great of a pool of actors.
Yeah.
But their actual, like, scripts and things are, like, very well made. Which, like, it's... They don't dub anything significant anymore. Because everything's bought up by Sentai Filmworks and Funimation. For the worst. I'll add that. Like...
Yeah. Like, I like some of the Funimation people now, but for a while there, and this isn't necessarily, like, like I'm not saying it's a good thing with where they're at now, but in the past it was just like you could immediately tell if it was done by them, just like the second you heard it, because you would just hear the same people and it would be the same like types of performances. It's just really frustrating for a while there. And not even remarking on the scripts themselves, because I'm not knowledgeable on that aspect. I think they have a better pool now than they did.
No, they did last year. Now they don't again.
Oh, well.
Because they stopped doing the remote recording. So if you want to be a voice actor for Funimation, you have to be there physically. So they actually lost a bunch of their voices that they did have for like the past 2 years.
That actually really sucks, because a lot of those people that have been dubbing recently, including one who just passed away recently, which I was very sad about, who is Dr. Maruki in the English Persona 5 Royal dub. Like, they're really good. Like, basically the entire cast of Three Houses, Fire Emblem Three Houses, like, did a lot of stuff for them. And they're all great. Some of them are like have been around for a while, like Ben Diskin, who is young Xehanort slash people in Kids Next Door, number 1 and number 2. Like, he's been around forever, and he's great. Yeah, he did Josuke for the English dub. He's done a lot of things. It's really sad. Like, he legitimately was one of my favorite voice actors because he's very distinct, but he always like brought something very real and visceral to his roles, and that just like, oh god, why him? Like, he and Ben Diskin for me are like 2 of my favorite male VAs, because a lot of male VAs kind of sound fairly similar to me, where I could be like, yeah, I guess so, but they just stood out. And it sucks that he's like 35 and just cancer killed him. That sucks when shit like that happens.
Yeah, because it was that thing with Crunchyroll is what got like a bunch of the actors can no longer perform for them.
That horrible. I mean, I guess it's good for somebody, but it just seems like a loss for everyone.
No, like behind the scenes, that whole merger was like the worst thing that happened.
Like, the whole thing where they're like, yeah, no, you can't even watch stuff for free with ads, but you can watch the first 3 episodes of like some new series. But then after that, you're gonna have to pay for our service. It's just like, fuck off.
Well, Crunchyroll's always been really bad at like getting people to use their service, like especially the anime community, which has never had a problem with going elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's like you have to like make a product that's worth spending the money on, rather than just like say, oh, but we have the biggest streaming library. Like, that doesn't matter, because you're on the internet, which means the internet is the biggest source of streaming. Like, come on, Crunchyroll. You can't just use that as your excuse anymore. Actually, it was never a good excuse, but...
What is God of High School, Tyson?
It's a mediocre manhwa adaptation funded by Crunchyroll.
Is the source material itself mediocre?
I don't know. I don't read webtoons.
Okay. Fair enough.
I heard that people have liked it, but I've only heard people who basically read every webtoon says that they like it, so I don't... That's not exactly a seal of approval for me.
Right.
I never heard... I don't think like the things on that website are bad, it's more I find them a bit too gimmicky for me. Like, they're trying to be too original or eye-catching, and they typically make a worse product because of it.
Okay.
So, like, if you're into that, like, be my guest. Like, I know that for most people, they want things that are, like, more out there and things. That's just never,
Right.
like, I've never cared about that.
Right. So was this an original production by them then?
It's more that they produced it, which means they just threw money at the project.
Okay.
That's the problem with the whole, like, Crunchyroll Originals label, is it's like they were a producer on the project, essentially, and there you go.
So is there only like original things still, that one like Steven Universe, like magical girl sort of thing?
I think that's technically still just them producing, because it's not like Crunchyroll has like an in-house studio.
Okay.
Man, what a train wreck of PR that was.
Yeah, I've only seen videos about it. I haven't seen it myself, but it seems like it was.
You know what? I'll probably be the first to say it. That show is not bad.
That's what I've heard, is that it's like it has, like, the execution isn't great. It has some really serious issues, but like it's not.
It is not a train
Bad in
wreck of a
concept.
television show. It is bog standard, for sure. And I
Yeah.
actually think the
Yeah.
biggest issue for that show is its rating, where they want it to be like TV 14, so it has a bunch of blood and
Oh,
cursing
yeah.
in it.
Yeah, that does not help things.
And I'm like, no, this show should have been gunning for the She-Ra audience. They would have loved this.
Yeah.
Like, specifically the teenage She-Ra audience. Like, that show should have been on
Right.
Netflix, and it would have done great. I wouldn't have
Well, and
watched
that's
it,
the thing.
probably, but...
Like,
No,
the
I
people
always
who are
watch, like,
going-
whatever's the new animated thing, no matter what. So, like, I would have watched,
Yeah.
like, part of it. Borgar, hello.
Hello, Han. Welcome. Hope you're doing good tonight, or whatever time it is for you. We're getting a lot more Europeans lately.
Is it because of... No, it can't be because of when I stream, because that's a bad time for them.
No. Like, Mester specifically goes to sleep every single time you're about to start. Which is why he got angry at me one time when I was like, Josh, go to bed. He's like, no, the fact that he goes so late means that I can watch some of it live. How dare you tell him to, like, stop.
I mean...
Yes,
that's
we
kinda
can only
fast.
hope, Michael. We can only hope. Because he would hate that. He wouldn't hate that. Sorry, I misspoke. He would be entirely confused.
I mean, facts.
But that's fine. He'll kill spiders and his audience will cheer. It's what we're all here for.
That's not going to be
guess.
my legacy. Like,
It already is multiple times over.
it's not
You
that
drink
bad.
a Coke, you kill spiders. You drink a Coke, you kill spiders. Like, that is just... This is who you are, Josh. It's okay. You're not
Look,
drinking
that
a Coke
spider
tonight,
was
as
really
far as we
scary,
know.
though.
Spider.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, like, almost as big as a dime.
No, it was about, like... I know hand sizes differ, but, like, if you, like, connect your thumb and your middle finger, like that circle size, it was like that.
Josh, but is that the body, or does that include the legs?
The legs extended a little past that. Like, it was actually, like, a bigger spider than I've seen in the house. Ever. So like that needed to go.
Okay.
If it's just like a
I'll give
little
you-
like tiny wall spider or something, I let those just exist until they get like
Okay.
too close to me. But if they stay in their
Okay.
corner, they're fine. That one I saw that night, that needed to go.
Okay. I feel like that's the thing where I was like, I want to post this to be an asshole, but I'm not going to. And now I'm actually worried for you. Because those are apparently like very kind spiders where they don't do anything to humans. They can't hurt you, but they are terrifying.
I don't care.
I know. Which I won't post. You know, here, I'm going to post it. Josh, do not click this link. I'm going to spoiler it. Just let me find it.
Like, I think bug-themed media is fun. Actual bugs, horrifying. Like, bug-themed things is fine. I mean, I like Kamen Rider.
Yeah, he loves My Life as a Spider or whatever it was called.
I'm
You
a
know,
spider, so what?
Okay, yes, thank you for clarifying.
Never read it.
He loved it though. He didn't read it, but he loved it on principle.
Nah, that shit's a light novel. Like, like that shit's like an instant. Do I care about this? No, I don't.
Oh wait.
Well, Selkie, like, even after 2 smacks, it was like still trying to get back up. Like,
Yeah, so you went for 8.
well, yeah, you gotta make sure. Like, one needs to ensure that the enemy is dead.
Mm-hmm. Also, Ian, maybe don't click it. I don't actually know where you live, so yeah. Don't worry, I'm not being. It's fine. It's fine.
Don't post spiders in the Discord. Those are scary.
I spoilered it, and it's like linked to an article. You have to read it, so you're fine.
All good.
Everyone's fine here. Selkie. Do not post the term ballooning that the article used.
What?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Josh went for the nuclear option. Don't I always?
Yeah.
You have to make sure. Like, it just makes it better.
Tyson, you can read it if you want. It's fine for you.
He's a brave soul, I think. He can learn about the spiders.
Yeah. Selkie, don't say balloon.
Why is he saying that in the Discord?
Yeah. It's not for you, it's not for chat, it's for no one.
Okay. I'm like, okay, Sucky. That's...
Thank you.
I mean, like, Tyson, Grand Blue is just a really fun clan to learn. It does everything. It's just one of those clans. Like, they fucked up. It's just a deck that does everything. On accident, of course. I'm sure Bushiro didn't mean for that to happen, but that is what ended up happening. It's like, oh my god, a waifu deck that's actually, like, one, played by a woman is all good? What? That also isn't Bermuda. Like, let's just, you know, we have to make that stipulation. Tyson, do you want to do an art critique of the Bermuda grade 3s? I'm sure everyone would love that.
Yeah.
We can talk about Coral and Loris and Vert and Mir and I don't know the names of the other girls because I don't care. But that's fine. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, but they're like tiny spike. Like, it's just 2 images, so it's fine. He doesn't need to worry. Also, Ian, can you hear this right now? Are you hearing both, or are you completely ignoring stream? If you are, that's fine.
Sometimes I like to
So
ignore stream.
Yeah, I know. We all know. I'm not gonna correct this. I'm not.
Don't say anything bad. Okay. Okay, Ian. I see how it is.
He didn't even hear that.
I know.
But you still needed to. You're such a Dave sometimes.
But, what? Is this an insult? I mean, Dave does get Tyson, though. This seems like a plus.
Yeah, but Dave bottom is for Tyson.
That's okay. We can just change up that a little bit and.
Okay.
So
you can show Tyson. You can show Tyson your Hana-chan image and be like, "This is why I need to be the top." And I'm sure that'll be effective. That'll convince him.
Haas would let me top.
Well, yeah, no shit. Like
I feel like actively the only
for
one
Dean.
there that wouldn't would be Dean.
Yeah.
Like, I even think Tyson would be like,
Yeah, but you would have to. Well, okay. How can I say this in a way that? God, this is so awful because I already know your response, and it makes me not want to say it because I don't want to play into what you're doing. You'd have to work through his trauma because it would make him cry. It would hurt him for parts of it before he could get over it. And I know for you that would be a plus.
We're talking about a fuzzy hairy man.
Yeah, exactly.
A wolf boy, if you will.
Which is why, Tyson, when you first joined, it was very funny. I was very restrained. We've all been very restrained. We've respected your Beyblade rights.
Fucking incredible.
Look, I owned a Beyblade at one point in time. I thought they were real cool.
I think a lot of people did. It's the reason why they're still sailing globally.
Sailing.
Because if I remember right, they actually still sell fairly well globally. It's weird.
I mean, tops are kind of universal, so I can imagine like parents just being like, I don't know what this anime thing is, but here's like a spinning top, child. And is Tyson a heartthrob?
No.
He's like he's like that would be kind of like. When you said no, you're talking about.
I mean,
Wolf Boy,
if you
right?
want a 5-headed gremlin, you know, that's be my guest.
You think Password Tyson is a 5-headed gremlin.
No, the Tyson in chat.
Wow. Okay. So we went multiple different places. Because Tyson was like, I didn't mean to choose this to be a heartthrob. Like, I didn't want that association. And so I asked you, I was like, is Tyson, like, from past when you're like, no. Because immediately you were just like, I need to shit on Tyson. It overrode, like, your love of Tyson. With your, like, need to shit on other Tyson.
A little bit.
A little bit.
It's funnier that way.
Which... It's certainly something, and I'm sure Wolf Tyson would appreciate it. He would laugh.
Oh, for sure.
And
you know,
Roswell would be in the corner, just really upset at you.
and Roswell can stay there.
God.
You know, someone in the comment section of one of the latest Password videos said that they don't mind Roswell, but one of their friends is a big Roswell fan. So there we go. They exist.
Look, Roswell's not the worst. I don't dislike him.
No, I think he's at the bottom for like of that 6.
If we're talking about those 6, yes. That's just kind of like what happens. Like, to be fair, Dean is right there too. Dean's thing is that he's also like the top of the list, so it just evens out.
I don't care about him being sick. Oh my god, a little bit facts. Like, I don't know what they can really do to get me to turn around on Roswell. I don't really know.
What's really sad is you like Boris too.
Yeah, boars are so cute.
And you're just like, oh, this one is like really embarrassing.
Look, it's a good thing there's just a better boar in the same game.
It really, yeah. yourself, he's dying. He won't be around to experience it much longer anyway. It's
Exactly.
fine. He'll forget.
Whatever, he'll die, and then there's then there's nothing to feel bad about.
Everyone
There we
can
go.
rush it. Yep. That's how it works.
There's also multiple bears to choose from in Password, and that's pretty nice.
Uh-huh.
And I think they are all fine choices. There's no wrong answer, but there's definitely a correct one.
What's that?
Liam.
That's true.
Liam, best bear.
I love that. I love that your post got no traction.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It just like adds to the appeal for you, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, a polar bear VTuber named Liam liked that, so that was really funny to see.
Oh my gosh.
Don't know how that happened, but there we go.
He got there.
What
And
all the
Pokemon-
Pokemon? Oh my god,
I-
dragon.
I feel that so much more lately, now that I have a job and I'm working basically full time again, and I'm just like, fuck. I miss being able to just do whatever. And yes, you can have your little meat hook. I'm sure maybe Tyson's last moments were very enjoyable for him.
I think Jack
Who
enjoyed
can
it.
say? Jack definitely did. If we were talking about Room Raiders last time, where they took a blacklight, where it's like, hey, look at everywhere, like this teenager was horny. If we took that in the same like area, you know what? We would see Jack. We would know how Jack felt. There would be proof.
Look. Jack's probably the horniest character in that game.
Just because he likes to stab things.
Yeah.
Very metaphorical, but okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. Benny boy.
I mean, everyone also likes the Benson, right? That's a pretty universal thing.
I mean, imagine what he could do with those legs.
Oh no. Oh.
I still can't get over it.
Oh my
Every
god.
time he's there, I'm like, just look at his face. Just don't look down. He knows if you're looking down, do not look down.
Oh god.
A little tall. Every CG with him is amazing. I love it.
It's like him and Mark from
And I just-
Burrows just have like excruciatingly long legs. But I at least get why
Yeah.
Mark has long legs. I don't get why Benson has
Mhm.
long legs.
I don't either.
Because that's not a trait for that animal.
No.
Like,
No. I think it's just an art thing of like the posing, because for me, all of the characters come off as short, even though apparently some, like a lot of them are close to 6 feet tall.
yeah.
But because of how they're drawn, they come off as short to me.
I think it's
Not
the
a problem.
it's the short torsos on a bunch of characters.
Yeah.
Everyone everyone's
sure.
wide and bulky, so having like the shorter torsos just makes them feel shorter than what they are.
Yeah. But then you have Benny Boy, and he just like does not fit into either version for me personally. Like, I love him, I love his face and everything about him. It's just those legs. I'm just like trying to picture him with other characters. I'm just like, does he walk
I'm gonna
around
need
with
to
a
see a
stool?
full lineup shot to see how the heights work out. Like,
I do. I really think he's on like, I don't know, like those scooters where you're constantly like, there's no handle. You lean to move on them.
oh yeah,
Maybe he's on one of those, so he just seems like he's taller. Maybe his legs aren't that long.
it definitely feels weird though.
It does.
Oh dear.
But it's okay because he shoots Thanos, and that's great. Or whatever.
Thanatos.
I'm sorry for saying Thanos. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It would be creepy, but it'd be endearing too.
No, I could see him scooting around on like. Aren't they called hoverboards?
Does Benson have Heelys? Yeah, hoverboards. That's what I was trying to think of.
Because they always say that he just
Benson
disappears out of rooms. So like if he just like hoverboards around everywhere, like it'll make less noise.
Yeah, true. She's like, otters just constantly trip and fall, so I use that to my advantage on the hoverboard. So then I just fall forward and I move forward. It works out.
Yeah, he's a lad for sure.
Who in Password wears Heelys?
Oh, it's definitely Orlando.
I could see Haas too.
Oh, Haas owns them, but I feel like Orlando's the kind of guy who like wears them daily.
Who would wear them? Okay, no, that's fair because Orlando is also the type of person who has like those pants that have like zippers to turn them into shorts.
Oh yeah, very Orlando.
It's like, yeah.
I feel like I don't know. There's something about Orlando's personality that prevents me from like really liking him.
And I
I
think
can't
you're wrong
quite
for
put my
that, but
finger
it's
on
also
it.
okay.
Cause he's like
He's a little bit.
he's like second to I think he's a well-written character, but like for personal appeal, he's like second to last of the main six.
I feel like you don't like characters who are desperate. You like characters who would put up a fight if you wanted to be with them. And both of those characters.
I was about to say like what, but I love Leo. He's a desperate man, you know.
He's desperate for a version of you that doesn't exist.
That's fine. That's fine.
So that doesn't negate things.
It doesn't.
Whereas
negate.
Orlando is very much just like, I'm doing everything for you, which is why I like him, because I'm like, I think that's really fun in a like soap opera way. He like reads as a soap opera character to me, which I like. He's very stupid in a Dave way, but he thinks he's more mature than Dave, which is also very funny. You know what? You know what I'm also gonna say? He might come off the most like an actual like teenager at that age.
No, he definitely does. Like I'd almost say like him and Tyson feel
Tyson
very
kind
like stupid of their age.
I guess it helps that Tyson's like supposed to be like a couple years older, so he should be 20, but like he does feel, yeah, that's fair.
The only
He's
one
still
who like
learning about
actively
himself.
does not feel their age is like Sal. And I don't think
Yeah.
that's a bad thing.
No.
You know,
And
he's
people
the
like that.
he's like the Juichi of the group, where he's like defined by like being an old man.
Juichi's a fucking dumbass. I'm sorry.
I
know
didn't
you
say he
haven't played
wasn't.
his
I just said
route.
he was
I know.
defined by acting like an
know.
old man.
Josh, his entire route, at least the beginning of it, if you're doing it right, is him being like getting actively upset that everyone thinks he's older than he is.
I know,
make
it's
him feel
hilarious.
about
I played like the first half of his route back in the day.
Okay. Because, like, yeah, a little bit, but then you get to parts later on, and it's like, oh yeah, you're still a kid. You're still
Yeah, but that's like
stupid in,
his
a way
that's
that
his
only-
like trope of defining characteristic is that he acts older.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
that's
that's
just like
fair.
a thing in Japan when you have like the dating options. It's like, oh, you're gonna have one that acts like the OG San, and that's like the appeal.
Yeah.
And like that's fine. Like I probably would have played on Juichi's route second, but I was like, that's my my sister's favorite route, so and I had watched her play it.
So you already know all of the stuff with him, then.
For the most part. Granted, she did shotgun the bad ending,
Oh, okay.
because she's like, this one's my
She-
favorite.
Oh my gosh. She didn't get the jacket.
Nope.
Uh,
She got the shed.
uh, Okay, so Josh, hello.
Yeah.
Do you always go for the good ending with is it Shin? Yeah.
Oh, I
Shin.
always go for the perfect ending.
Okay.
I've
Just
never
checking.
like not gotten the perfect ending, because that's just like what I like.
Okay. Just checking. Now that I've learned more about you, just checking.
Oh my god.
No reason. No reason.
Okay. I don't even know what Shin's bad ending is.
One of the worst.
Ah, good.
Like, to the point where all the friends are like, no, you're never talking to this character again. Like, they will actively, like, step in for Shin. Be like, yeah, no, sorry, you fucked up. And you can't go back.
Incredible.
Good
Oh,
night,
good night,
Michael.
Michael.
I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
See you around. Hope work's not too stressful. Yeah. Goodbye.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll be gleaming.
Gleaning?
Yes, gleaming. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Don't think about things.
I try
Ever.
not to.
I know. It's good. You have a brand. Don't fuck it up.
I'll think in like my RPG streams, and that's about it.
I know, and it's scary.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. You're just like, I don't understand what character is. I'm just here about stats, man.
That it's a video game.
That's an... I don't care about video games. When I play video games, I don't want to like play something. I want to read something. I want to be railroaded, man.
I'm here to break these systems.
Oh boy.
It's an RPG for
It's not
a
a
reason.
bad thing. I know. That's not a bad thing. It's not something to criticize you over. Not that I would ever criticize you.
Look, it's gonna be a
About
fun
anything.
time when we get to Xenoblade 2. Sideline every party member. There are no party members, only Tora.
Oh, boy. Okay. Okay. Like, I've already mentally prepared for that.
Morag can stay though.
Morag is ideal.
She's the best party member that isn't like Tora.
Yeah, okay.
Well, she has just access to a bunch of like the weapons she's good at.
No, I know.
Like give her access
I
to a bunch
know.
of really good blades. And her base stats are actually like incredible for what you want her to be doing. Really, it's just Nia and Zeke that have like a little bit like confusing kits for what the game wants you to do with them. But you can still like Zeke is a viable party member. Not optimal,
Just make
but
Nia
viable.
a healer. Just make healing your main thing. Just do a Xenoblade 2 all healer
No.
playthrough. Yeah.
I mean,
the
hysterically,
challenge.
you can give Tora a bunch of healing stuff, and he ends up being a lot better than Nia.
Why don't you like challenge? Why don't you like overcoming adversity?
Cause I'll do that in a card game using Alt Mile or something. I don't know. Since that's his theming. Besides, I can't turn off my brain to do that. And I'm always just thinking about like, hey, what's optimal in this numbers-based like thing?
So, Vanguard's the one where you pick a color or whatever, and you just stick with that like deck type, right?
Yeah, you can't build outside of that. Like once you choose like a clan, you can't like mix them.
What is Tyson's clan? Not Tyson from real life, but like from Password.
Oh, okay. What would our boy Tyson play? I almost want to say Nova Grapplers.
Are they the monkeys?
No, it's definitely like people like to call that like an Oonga Boonga deck, but it's very like multi-attack heavy. The artwork a lot of people just think is cool by default because it's a bunch of like robots or wrestlers.
Okay.
It's a pretty streamlined clan to like learn, so like it's easy to like figure out how the combos work.
Right. Which is good for him.
Putting characters in clans, oh my god.
It would be
Orlando,
fun.
Royal Paladin. You should never trust this lag.
What's Leo?
I almost think just Leo wouldn't play.
Josh,
uh,
Leo, if Chase was like, I'm really into Vanguard now, what would Leo attempt to play as, even if he would not really be good at it?
What clan would he play? Maybe Shadow Paladins. He might think that's cool.
Okay.
Cause like they're edgy, but they're heroic.
Are they strong? I don't know if there's like clans that are stronger against other clans, like they have an advantage inherently over other clans.
In theory, yes, but Vanguard's actually really good at balancing. So it's like Vanguard's one of those weird card games where you legitimately can just play better.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, is that something that would go against like naturally be better than Jenna's, but actually not really?
What? Jenna would just play meta. Like she would be the degenerate playing like full power Melody or something. Like just to upset people.
Is this something you relate to?
No, I actually like I refuse to play Bermuda Triangle. Like it's an amazing like, in theory, like gameplay wise, I should be maining Bermuda Triangle because of how they play, but no, I can't do it.
Okay, but Josh, every single time you're like, but I have to pick Tora.
Yeah, I like Tora enough to where like
oh, God. It just feels like you're a hypocrite because not enough people know and can call you out.
On what? On Tora?
Yes.
It's normal to like use Tora in that game. Like most of the average player base pretty much always has Tora in their party.
Yeah, but like,
because he's that much better that like most people, like as soon as you like start using Tora, you're like, wait a minute. he's just all other party members but better.
Oh God. A little meh. Why couldn't he be better? I mean, he gave the world Blushy Crushy, but...
That, and I'm weird, and I pretty much always have, like... If a Xeno game has a mascot character, I typically try to have them in the party. I've even used Choo Choo before, like, that's how bad it is.
Does Xeno 1 have a mascot character?
Yeah, Choo Choo.
Is that,
He's where the Nopon came from, like, aesthetically. Like, you look at Choo Choo and you're like, ah, I see.
But is that... Sorry, was he in the base game, or was that the DLC? I don't actually know. That character name doesn't sound familiar to me.
He's from Xenogears. So DLC wasn't invented yet.
So, sorry, I meant in Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
Oh, I use Ricky. Like...
But would you would call him the mascot character in that game? Because, like, I know he's a Nopon, but, like, I feel like it didn't have the same... From, like, my understanding.
So he's meant to be. It didn't stick, though.
Okay.
Like, commercially, it did not stick.
That would make sense.
But he is, like... He's meant to be, like, the Choo Choo replacement. Like, they wanted to have it both ways, where they had both the cute animal mascot character and the robo-waifu mascot character. Because Xenogears, like, it has Choo Choo, and it's just like, wow, that's a stuffed animal that you're meant to buy. And then Saga had Cosmos, and so they just had both for Xenoblade.
You go from no pawn to like anime girl. That's beautiful. But also, there's like a dolphin DJ in Xenogears, and how is that not the mascot?
They also have like a walrus that's like the admiral of a ship, and I loved that.
Yeah. No pawns. I'm so sad that that's what's stuck.
Well, that's what's stuck for Xenogear. I mean, for Xenoblade. Like, we're kind of just stuck with it. I feel like it really worked in Xenoblade, but in all the other ones, it doesn't.
I guess that's fair.
Because the addition of no pawns in Xenoblade X is the most egregious.
I actually didn't even think about that, but yeah, them showing up there would be very fucking weird.
Because
Like,
they have to
ostensibly.
bend over backwards and go like, oh, the no pawner just happened to be on this planet as well.
Which
Don't think
makes
about
Nopon
it.
Actually, that makes Nopon kind of terrifying. Like, are they an invasive species? What's going on with that?
Well, it's weird because it's like they were created by, you know, what's his name? You've played too. So
Yeah, I know. So the architect, essentially, right, is what they like call him until it's revealed who he is.
is that what they called him? It's been a hot minute
I'm
since
pretty
I
sure
played.
that is.
I'm just like
It's
Claudus or
basically,
whatever
you
his
know-
name is.
Wait, Claudus? Is it not? Am I thinking? I'm sorry. I was thinking of Shulk. I'm sorry. Spoilers. Whoops.
Oh no, because Shulk's not in like at all in Xenoblade 2.
Wait.
That's a different character.
Okay.
Okay,
The
so
one
you
who's, like,
don't know
half
that.
there,
Okay,
who's having-
yeah.
I
No, that's
don't
not Shulk.
know.
That's not Shulk. That's
Okay.
Claudus.
That's
a different character.
Explained to me very poorly then. If that's the case, and to be fair, I have not watched like 4 or 5 hour videos on this because it's Xenoblade Chronicles. I'm sorry. If somebody wanted to do that on Xenosaga, I would definitely look. I do want to play Xenogears for myself someday, right after I play Disgaea, but which definitely gonna happen. God.
You know, I feel bad saying it. Don't play Xenogears. Just watch cutscenes.
No, I want the full experience. I want the jarring Disc 1, Disc 2 shit. I need that. Like, that sounds so appealing to me.
Oh my god. It's like one of the worst playing RPGs. Like, Persona plays better.
Yeah,
I know that
sounds great. And I know you're
Xenogear
talking
fans
about
never
Persona
want to
1,
admit that, but that battle system's fucking awful.
Good. Yes, Silky, because I want to play it eventually, because I haven't, but everything I've seen from it seems like fucking charming in a way that I just am like, I need to play this, I need to play Breath of Fire 3 and 4. Because I've played the first two, and absolutely, those games were really impactful to me on the level that Final Fantasy wasn't, which they are not better than Final Fantasy games. It was just what I played at the time, and they were specifically talking about religion in a way where I was just like, oh wow, this is like, I was young enough and impressionable enough that the really botched translation, like I could find enough there, and I like the characters. And
And
cool
then that franchise did
transformations.
the same thing that Final Fantasy did and said, fuck it to Nintendo. We're moving to the PlayStation.
Yeah, and apparently it made some of the best games ever.
Oh yeah,
and I
3
just
and
did
4
not-
are fucking incredible.
And I just have not. So there was a sequel to it. Interesting. Sucky, I didn't know that. And I only know the first one because I watched like a very long video by Hazel, who's an amazing YouTuber. Watch her videos. They're fantastic. One, it was like cozy anime RPGs. It's like 2 hours long, but it's eventually leading into like a half-hour long. Like I played this game and oh my god, this is what I needed.
I mean, I was going to ask, like, which Disgaea are you talking about? Because there's like 87 of them.
Let me make sure that I am talking about this game the right one. Maybe I am incorrect. I wrote down a
Because
note.
I know that some of the later Disgaeas I found, like, fucking annoying.
Oh, I'm so fucking stupid. That's not the game I was thinking of. I was thinking of Grandia.
No, Grandia is amazing. Like, when you were saying, like, Disgaea,
So,
I'm like,
yes,
are you
so-
sure? Like,
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not. So I was talking about
that seems like a
Grandia, where it's
franchise you would hate, but, you know.
Yeah, no. This guy is the one where it has like really stupid numbers for like attack points, right?
Yeah.
Okay, which does
And it
seem
just,
very
like,
funny to
it's just
me.
one of those really unfortunate games that has, like, never really been ported.
Oh, interesting. Because I've seen like the memes about this guy now that I'm like thinking of it. Because now that I realize, oh, Grandia, yeah, obviously that seems more of like a mind type game type of thing. I'm like kind of like grossly interested in what this guy is, just because of the meme shit that I've seen.
It's a mediocre tactics game that people like because it makes the funny memes.
Oh no. Wait, Josh, please don't say memes. Unless you're not saying it like memes.
I'm saying it jokingly.
Okay. That still hurts. That's still like
'Cause-
it's very
'cause
close to like a
That's what it
Futaba thing.
feels like to like sit down and like listen to Disgaea dialogue to me.
Like there's so many games I want to play. Like I want to play the Tales of games. Wait, no, what am I talking about? Not the Tales of... See, this is the problem with all of your JRPGs. This is why I hate JRPGs. What I just said is I want to play all of the Tales of games. No, I don't. I want to play the Trails in the Sky games.
Fane, just
Those-
memorize
okay.
like all of the companies and like
Josh, his arm looks like a fingernail right now. I'm distracted, okay? The Tales of series, from what I hear, is like a very mixed thing, where sometimes it's very good, sometimes it's bad. I've heard Tales of Arise is pretty good, but it also is like, I don't know. I'm legitimately never playing that game unless he's holding something. Is he holding something? Sorry, this is separate. I'm like doing two trains of thoughts. It can look like a fingernail. I want it to look like a fingernail if it is a like hand.
well, it's just supposed to be his thumb.
It-
So I'm like just trying to figure it out.
Is he holding something?
Yeah.
Okay, well then it's fine. It's just like if you think of that as like his finger, and it's like the reverse angle where it's like gripping up towards him, that what you just had selected looks
Too
like a
lazy
giant
and bad at
fingernail on top of it.
RPGs. Brian, RPGs are so easy.
Brian legitimately is like I'm gonna teach him. We have to move in together before I can. But he's it's gonna take some time.
Then again, I accidentally grew up with RPGs. Like, that was not supposed to happen. And it just kind of did. So,
What do you mean by that?
I, like, accidentally stumbled upon, like... I bought Final Fantasy IX, and I was like, this is cool. I want more shit like this, because it's fun. And, you know, you go from there. And then you play, like, all other Final Fantasy games on the market at the time because, you know, they were all, like, $5. And you just keep going from there. and like my parents were pretty okay with the RPGs because they would look and then see a wall of text and then just go like, well, he's reading. He's at least learning something, right? And I'm like, yes, I am. I can do these damage formulas on the fly now.
Don't worry, I will teach you how to use a PlayStation controller. Also, I'm gonna tell you this right now. The TV we were playing on was non-ideal for like a modern console because the text was so tiny. Even I was struggling reading it. It was like it needed to be like at least 30% larger than it was.
Uh-huh.
Just the place we were staying at had a TV, so I brought my PS5, and he was playing Kena Bridge of Spirits. I forced him to try that, and he was getting... Okay, some of that was not just the controls, it was him being like, I'm just never gonna use the like right analog stick to move the camera. And like there's pathing where it's like, I'm gonna check everywhere except this one area, which is like the one area he didn't check. And it's very like clearly like a path being like, hey, maybe check out this direction. He's just like, I don't understand. To be fair, I will say this, it is a very dense game, it's very pretty. And I guess looking at it now, and I'm coming from this is not to make fun of you. This is not to make fun of you, Brian. So Outer Wilds, which is another game that I absolutely adore, it does this thing where like you visit multiple planets, you can go anywhere, you just fly there. There's like 4 or 5 planets that you can explore and like a bunch of different other things. They make it so most areas are fairly plain and anything that's like important looks interesting, so you're not wasting time on things that like will distract you. And
I mean, that's just good design.
There, and I'm just, yeah, no, and so like when I'm looking at Kena, I'm just thinking it probably, as like gorgeous as this game is, if you're not used to playing modern games, you might actually legitimately struggle because of that. Like you might not be like tuned into video game logic where it's like, oh, I jumped on here and there's like this like white line, this beige line, and I could hold on to this ledge. That means any ledge that has this I can like hold on to. You might not automatically think that. The pattern might not be in your head yet. So I don't blame you for that. But I will teach you that. RPGs don't come with that, but they come with other things, so we'll get there.
Don't play the baby RPGs. Throw him into the gauntlet.
Oh, he's playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions first because it's the only RPG he'll willingly play.
Faku.
What, Josh?
That's not the gauntlet.
Josh, that game is a mess.
Throw him into like Final Fantasy V. Sink or swim. Let's go.
I haven't played Final Fantasy V yet. I'm going to, but I also want to play Inscription. And they have a sale right now on Inscription, like 2 other games that I might play, so I'm doing that first. But I will be playing Final Fantasy V sooner rather than later. Except, actually, you know what? That's not even true, because I want to play Live Alive, and that's coming out this month.
Look, you'll like all people who say they like Final Fantasy, they'll put off 5 indefinitely.
No, I'm gonna play it. In fact, you know, oh man, I kind of want to. I kind of want to be like, I'm gonna play Final Fantasy V before Darian finishes Final Fantasy VI, which I realized to you is like, well, obviously, but if you
that
were
gives you 100
years,
years, like.
Brian, the songs or something for sure.
He still hasn't gotten to the apocalypse yet.
I know. I wanted to like make some jokes, which is why I had to settle on that like image that I posted to him about like why am I even here for the money? Like because there were other things I wanted to post, and I was like, oh, he's not there yet. I can't actually do that. What I wanted to post in response was the Celis bit, where if you fail with Sid, I really wanted to post that to his comment, where it's like, you're never finishing this game. And it's just like, she can't handle it. She's giving up. Like, that's the emotion that I felt at that point. But I'm like, I can't do it because of course he's going to get there and like, that's going to happen. It's inevitable. And it's one of the best moments in the game for me personally. Like, I actively am like, no, let Sid die because that moment's too good.
It's somewhat randomized whether or not he dies or not.
It's somewhat, but like as long as he keeps giving him poisoned fish or all of the fish, if he takes forever, if he like is like, goes to that screen, is like, I'm not sure, and he exits that screen, that's still gonna advance things as if he like didn't give him fish or like gave him bad fish. So like, because I was watching a stream and Sid died after like 2 times going out to that because he kept walking in and out of the house.
Because like the mechanics of that scene, you're meant to kill him. Like,
Oh yeah, no. The game wants you to.
it's rather difficult to like do it if you don't know like everything. And even then, you still get the Magicite out of it. So, like, fuck it, let's kill the bitch. Like,
That scene is just so much better than the random, like, oh, I'm better now, but I'm still not gonna matter.
I don't know. They do more with the NPCs in that game than any modern Final Fantasy. So he still matters in that respect.
Yeah, but like, you get more from like the random person who wants cider and only cider.
Yeah, and you get more from Ultras as well, but like, and everyone loves him.
Ultras is like legitimately a great character who gets a very like, he's so easily taken advantage. Like, he's basically Varian. He's like, I'm definitely gonna do this. And then you have whatever the little girl's name is. I can't remember right
Rhyme.
now. I'm dumb. Yeah. It's like, oh, but Uncle Ultros, please don't. And he's like, oh, I can't be mad at you. And he starts going on this whole thing. And Rhyme just is like, okay, now time to beat your ass. And it's great. And Darian would let that happen to him.
Oh, of course.
If someone like if a sweet little girl was like, Uncle Darian, he would just go along with it. And then that girl would proceed.
Man, you don't even
beat
have
his
to be a
ass.
little girl. You just have to talk to him with a normal voice.
I know. Oh my gosh, that poor baby. He means well. He's trying so hard.
Is he, though?
He thinks he is. And that matters to someone. It matters to himself.
I mean, true. It's not getting him anywhere, though.
But Josh, you left peanuts in the back seat of your car.
You're
You
right.
left, sorry, barbecue sauce and peanuts. That's something.
And he
Even if
regrets that
unintentional.
because I'll never
Even
let
if-
him forget it.
You know what, though? But that was a mark against you, too, because you let that happen. You
You're
let this
right.
poor
I
boy
should
just
have
do that.
babysat him during the entire
You
like
should have.
car ride.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. And then check the back of your seat. I hope you like the way that Paige is like no, I need to check every single McDonald's hamburger for worms because of what my mom said. Like, I feel like you need, every time, like, Darian is in your car and then leaves, you need to look in the back of your seat, like, the back of your car, before he exits the vehicle.
Oh, I don't drive him places. That's not a thing.
Okay.
If his car is available, we're taking his car.
Okay.
He is not allowed. I won't give him the opportunity to put barbecue sauce or peanuts in my car. Like, we're just gonna get rid of that from the equation. Like, it's just never gonna come up.
That's cruel, but also understandable.
And, like, he can complain about how I leave his car or his roommates' cars. But no one stops me, so there we go.
I need more context for that. Why would they need to complain? Why would they be complaining?
I will
Josh, what have
take
you-
napkins and line parts of the vehicle with napkins.
Why?
It's decorative.
Is this intentional, or is this just like, oh, I have napkins, let me just put it to the side here, and then it just ends up there?
So what happened was, one time Johnny gave us a ride, and I was in the back seat,
Brian should.
and he gave me a stack of napkins, and then I made like a nice like diamond pattern of napkins across the entire back seat, and like the back dashboard. I don't know what that's called, but I just had them all nicely laid out and like this nice pattern. And Darian looked back, chuckled, and didn't say anything, and proceeded to forget about it. And I got a message like a week later from Darian telling me that Johnny is upset because he only now noticed the napkins.
I mean, Darian knew.
Yeah. And so, like, occasionally when I would, like, see Johnny, I would ask for napkins, and he would say no. And I would get a hold of napkins and just place them in his room. They would just be somewhere.
Is this a reason why it took like however many videos before he came on the Echo playthrough?
No, it's
Like, is
because
there
he,
maybe
like,
some napkin
moved
related
out
trauma?
to be with his girlfriend.
Yeah, but like maybe there's something else to that too.
I mean, he never
Also-
seemed too upset about it. He was always just like, what the fuck, I should be able to find these. Like, it always took him, like, a while to find the napkins.
Oh, okay.
So he would just, like, be upset at himself for, like, just not finding them. And they would just sit there in different places.
Okay. Because what I was gonna say is like, that's how you end up with toilet paper in your mouth in your car.
Ah,
It's just there.
man, we don't get adventures like that anymore.
You know what? Good. Change the economy and maybe. Well, eventually we'll get different adventures. They'll be very, very special adventures with Brian, but they'll happen at some point in the future.
Yeah, because Brian's
from now,
also the kind of guy who gets no dressing on his salad, right?
He was trying to convince me. Okay, sorry. I've kind of already revealed some of like my cards, but Josh, would you count vinegar as a dressing?
Like straight vinegar? Or like
if you
vinaigrette?
got vinegar and vinegar and oil, but without the oil.
So just vinegar.
Yes.
I mean, I guess you would have to classify that as a dressing, because that is the way you're using it.
Yes. You are coating the vegetables in something.
Yes. Is that all he does?
He was trying to convince me that it didn't count.
I mean, that is still like a dressing, though, Brian. You are putting a thing.
Or you're not being like what Josh said, where he's like, sometimes I just get like a bag of lettuce and just eat it like chips.
Yeah.
Which again, I love the fact that you're like, I love bread, I love lettuce, but you hate sandwiches.
You're tainting it.
No. Josh, I'm sorry, Brian. God, I did the exact opposite from earlier.
Yes.
Brian, I hate this. Brian, you did not. You maybe you conceded it at some point. That's not how it was initially. You were fighting me on that. It's cute. You think otherwise, though. It's a very sweet.
Okay. Wait, what's Brian saying?
Oh my god. I can't.
That is an interesting statement.
I'm not reading that. It's not gonna be memorialized on stream. I'm sorry.
I mean, it is in text form.
I'm gonna eat a muffin now.
Why?
Counteract that. Because I have like a value pack of like 9 chocolate chip muffins, and I've only eaten like 2.5 of them.
They're chocolate chip too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's wrong with chocolate chip?
You know what? I've legitimately never been that big of a fan of chocolate chip.
Okay.
Then again, I'm not a big fan of like solid chocolate.
I kind of got that.
And I feel like that just like I guess I have to make the stipulation, if it's American chocolate, I hate just eating just chocolate.
God.
No, there's a difference.
No, there really is. Like, legitimately, there is a difference. Because America has no, like, regulations, like, barely any about, like, what is actually chocolate, whereas basically every other country is like, no, that's not chocolate. Brian, if you want to say that and, like, immortalize it, get on the stream and say it.
Yeah, because, like, chocolate from, like, any other country, great. American chocolate fucking sucks.
It does, but, like...
So, like, when I'm at, like, an international store, I'll buy just chocolate. Like, whatever. Like, it really sucks that, like, 100 yen chocolate is better than, like, the higher brands of chocolate in America.
Did you have that experience? Did you? Okay, sorry. I have to ask this because I do know that, like, growing up, I grew up in a divorced household, and, like, for my dad's, we didn't celebrate Halloween, but with my mom, we did. So, if you celebrated Halloween, did you find, like, getting Hershey's chocolate bars to be, like, the most disappointing thing?
No, because
Like
free
that is
candy
just-
is free candy, right? So,
Okay.
though if someone wanted to trade a Hershey bar for like literally anything else, I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
Like I'm always a
close
big fan of
game.
like gummy candies, so
Okay.
like if someone
Yeah,
wanted a
recently-
Hershey bar and they had like I don't know Lifesavers or something,
Lifesavers are good.
like I'm like yeah, sure, take it.
They recently came out with sour Jolly Rancher gummies, and I really like those.
Oh fuck, I haven't had those.
But I can only find them at CVS, and I'm really annoyed about that. Like, I don't want to go to, like, a place where I'm supposed to buy medicine just to buy candy. Like, I will. But
I
it's
mean, those
embarrassing.
places are they're barely pharmacies. They're just
No.
general they're convenience stores almost.
Thank you for remembering the term pharmacy when I couldn't. You should feel so proud tonight. Because I legitimately was like, what the f do I call that?
Oh no.
Place you buy medicine. And you said pharmacy. Thank you for, like, filling the blanks for me. You're so smart now.
Yeah, sure.
You're so well read. You're so
I don't
well read.
I don't sit there in dawn tide staring at a word and go, I don't know what this is.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for whenever that comes out because, again, extremely British.
I
Like, even
think
I
it'll
was just like,
I think I'm replacing Burrows with it.
okay.
It either comes out
Okay.
after Burrows or after Remember the Flowers. Like it replaces one of those two on the
Okay.
schedule. And the reason why I say that is I haven't scheduled Dawn Tide yet, so it's replacing one of those two. I just don't know which.
No, that makes sense.
Probably Burrows. Like I don't know.
Did you finish with Burrows?
Yeah,
The
part
route, was it already
part
done?
16
Okay.
was the last of that build. That's the reason why it's like 50
Okay.
minutes or something.
Okay.
Because I was like, there can't be that much more to this build, right? Right?
So this is like 70% of the old password playthrough parts.
Oh, yeah. I think I make fun of that in Dawn Tide. Because the last part of Dawn Tide is 50 minutes.
Oh, that's great. I think that's perfect.
Because, like, I got to a
Are-
point where I'm like, I'm about 50 minutes in. Like, already, like, combining the parts I already recorded. And I'm like, so the next part should only be, like,
Mhm.
maybe 10, 15 minutes. Whatever. Fane said it was a 40-minute read.
So it's like 40 to 50 reading it. The thing is, if you're reading something out loud, you need to account for that, and we also need to account for you time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like,
so I just...
you need to at least.
I
do,
just
like,
didn't
1.5
think
times
about
a
it, and I'm
day.
like, oh no, this
I
is
know.
like... This is like over 2 hours.
So does that mean there's going to be 2 or 3 parts? Is it 3?
It's 3 parts
So-
total for Dawn Tide.
Okay.
So there's like
great,
2
great.
parts that are like roughly around like 25 to 30 minutes, and then one like 50-minute part.
You know what the best thing is though? You being, because you already said you were tired while we're like before recording.
I
bringing
think
in
I
that
held it
tired
together
energy-
very well.
No, I believe it, but still, recording while tired. And that was also the thing. Whereas I was like, I feel like the art itself and the characters will probably energize you, which will lead to some funner energy. That other series might not have that. Like I feel like it would give you a lot to go off of, but then also specifically the stuff with Griff. I'm so glad you got to that while you were tired, or like in a weird state, because I feel like it adds to that.
I
Because
feel
that
like
whole
I
series
either
was-
like read mysteriously better when I'm tired, or it's an absolute train wreck.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Because when I when I recorded that one part of Shelter, where I gave my amazing performance for Luke, I was like half awake.
So, when Even was like complaining, I was reading Shelter, and I was like, oh, I can see how Josh would like interpret that as this. Yeah, he's very upset. So, like, maybe in his world, this is a villain turning. Like, this is the moment he becomes absolutely evil. I don't know.
I mean, I'll be honest, I thought
could
that
see it.
decision was gonna be wrong, and then, like, Luke was going to murder Burry.
Oh my god, you're so damaged. You're so traumatized from
What?
watching him.
That seemed like what was happening. Like, he was getting upset, and Burry was just getting more cornered, and it felt like that's where that was going.
I mean, you do eventually get to the point where you can essentially kill him by being an idiot.
Where you, like, kick him in the face and be like, no, bad dog. And then he's like, no, I'm gonna still follow you. And then you both die. I don't know if you got that ending, but
No, I didn't. I saw that pop up. It's like, are you going to punch him in the nose? And I'm like, I'm not gonna punch Burry in the nose.
you know you wanted to.
Not in this case.
But you want all that extra content with Alon.
I mean, I guess, like, I have to get there. You and Ian keep shouting about it.
It's because you saw I haven't finished that playthrough yet. I am slowly, even though I haven't fully commented on it. You did see that one comment and like that, which is very funny. But I'm assuming that Alon just like disappears from that playthrough pretty much like after where I've seen so far, even though I'm not that far in. Like maybe like when you die sometimes he'll show up, obviously, but like I'm guessing he's not really a part.
Yeah, after like the second tavern scene, he stopped showing up for me.
Yeah, which is like
Look, just more time to spend with Burry.
yeah, but you can get both that and just like he gets a pretty, like when I was doing that scene I was like, oh god, even though I know like he's not dead by the end, it's like this is kind of like a definitive like, yeah, I'm done in this arc, like this route, but it's a lot, and I was just like, oh yeah, he definitely didn't see this, and I can see why Ian loves it.
It just feels like very much a huge moment for him.
That's fine.
And I think you would appreciate it for many reasons. The getting there, maybe not as much. But I know he wants you to get the other Burry scene too, but like, it's nice. But I think the Alon scene is more your thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, welcome back, Ian. Hello.
Get the Alon scene, please. Look, it's maybe. Is that your formal request, Ian? For the channel? Whoops, that's not right. There we go.
It's got some good comedy, but like, you know what I'm talking about. And I would suggest, like, for Josh to do something with the Alon scene, but I know he's not going to, so I'm not even gonna push it. Just seeing the later one. Sorry, I'm talking about the first scene, because there's two different versions, and I'm pretty sure Josh is not gonna die the first time. He's
What?
too
Didn't I die
considerate.
at the earliest possible point?
No, but there's a point. You're pretty good about like not clicking on things, even though it's like, oh, hey, I can point this out and like maybe this will bring me more character. Or and you just are like, no, let me just not bring it up. It's fine. It seems like that'll cause conflict, even though like half of Shelter's like, no, cause a bit of conflict because you need to just say shit to get it out there. I could see you just being like, that's fine. So I don't think Alon's gonna kill you. But which then unlocks like a different version of that scene, which is fun and leads to fun shit with Burry, where he gets a lot more character stuff. But I think you are too timid in certain ways, and just like, that seems rude. I'm not gonna do that.
It always depends on the person.
The timing is also very quick. He would probably have to scroll back, and that's another thing where I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if he's ever scrolled back. I don't remember if that's happened on the channel.
I've done it with Smoke Room.
Okay. And I also don't know if you're going to even understand the implication, too.
Actually, I think the Smoke Room has the most dislikes out of any of my playthroughs over its various parts.
That's amazing. Amazing.
Like, I know that you all can't see that information because YouTube, but... but I can.
Because you're mean to Cliff in it.
I'm not mean to Cliff.
See, you're nice to him.
Yeah. Well, I'm nice. Aren't I nice to everyone in Smoke Room?
Okay.
I mean, I guess I'm.
Yeah,
I chose like the rude option, I think, when talking to Benny. But he probably likes it, so.
well.
It's fine. It's fine.
And yes, the bomb is the first possible death, but like there's specifically something with Alon's where if you're picking on the subtext, just mentioning something.
Subtext.
He's so tsundere about it that of course he's gonna be like, no, I'm gonna kill you. So I don't have to think about it. I don't actually care. Because Alon is just like, that's just what he does. I see why Ian likes him. He's very anime, very Kingdom Hearts, very Final Fantasy VII Remake.
So he's your favorite character.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
What, you don't like Max?
Well, see, here's my thing: is the character I was immediately drawn to is Thistle.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, well, you know what, Max was pretty decent too. So like, there's like an art thing where it's like, there's kind of two different styles for me in that game, where there's a more like flat styled cartoonish thing, and then there's more like a detailed, like almost 80s inspired like action book cover aesthetic, and it's like a character is usually either or. Like they're not so incongruous that they stand out too much, but characters kind of fall into two camps. So like I'd say Bury, Teak, Rune, those are more of the like 80s action cover like styles, where you have like Max, Alon, and Thistle are much more of the like modern cartoon style. And so I'm just drawn to that more personally. But obviously Bury grew on me quite a bit. Of course it was Ian. So yeah, I mean, I love Bury and I love Alon, and I'm sure the other characters will grow on me the same way that Bury did. I haven't seen this yet. I'm like at that part in the video. Like I'm at the video where it's going to be brought up. I am absolutely disgusted by the meat fruit.
The which one?
Like the meat fruit, the picture of the meat fruit. Where it's just like,
oh, I
all
love that
nipples and hair.
image.
I hate it so much. It's so cursed. I just see it and I'm like, I have the same reaction. Like, that's like, yes, you know what? This is a self-insert at the moment, Luke. Thank you for reacting the same way I would, which is just like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen, where I'm like, you know what? This is also very, like, ideal. This is, like, if this is how meat was, that would be great. But also, oh my god. I don't want to deal with that. So you like that. You love the nipples.
No, but I love, like, the idea of, like, the thing. It's like, oh, that's such a cool, like, world-building element.
I look at it, and I know I've read some of the comments, so I already know you're going to react to the onions part, where he mentions, like, you need to add onions, too. So...
You're reading the comments on videos?
Yeah, I read a lot of the comments beforehand to see like which videos actually got comments, because not all of them do.
Yeah, I know.
It's always funny to see what does get a comment, because sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, this is really good," but nobody mentioned anything.
You know how people are. There's like a weird like back and forth on the latest like Burrows video about like
Ken?
toxic men or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not reading this.
Oh my god, you're like, I don't want that influencing my view. I've already made a choice. Ken is good.
He really is though. He's so hot.
I'm just waiting for my thoughts.
You mean the most boring of the... Design-wise, anyway.
I don't know about that.
He has at least
Plain is
going
not-
on in his base, like, silhouette and
Yes,
stuff.
yes. 100% he does. I don't think plain equals boring, though. And I feel like the contrast with how he is and his character, because he's the one who, like, gets Ken to actually respond to the group.
Uh-huh.
Like, in that beginning bit, he's the one who, like, gets Ken to open up. So that's interesting to me, because I can already tell Ken's, like, a bit abrasive. And he just knows how to interact with him.
No, Ken's
So-
not abrasive.
So I just think that there's potential for a really interesting character there, and that's even though yes, maybe he's not the hottest, maybe he's not Ken. I think he'll probably end up my boy. We'll see though.
You can have that.
Ken's smile's really good.
Oh,
It's like evil. and I
it's
do
a
like
good
that.
smile. It's a good smile. Very wholesome. Just very, very wholesome, I think. That's a good smile. Anytime
What
I
is-
see that smile.
What did you call Stanton? I'm curious.
Probably that I would like Ken. I think
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
figured that, though.
I think, yeah.
I mean, I did say it also in, like, the first Burrows video where I'm like, I'm really interested in this cat. Ken did nothing wrong.
Why-
Like, facts.
Were you the one who mentioned that, like, Josh, are you gonna say that, like, did you think Ken did nothing wrong and Josh hadn't recorded that part yet? Because if so, yeah.
He did nothing wrong.
Wow, you and Ken's.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
Every Ken is perfect.
Do I know any Kens I don't like in fiction? We might be onto something.
Oh my god.
It's fine. It's fine. Probably.
You forgot about Ken so fast, though. Early on. I know
That's
there
because he
wasn't a lot
hadn't
of
had a
feedback.
thing yet. Like, I was just judging the
I
characters
know.
based on, like, what I'm, like, seeing.
And you were just like, oh, but like, he might strangle me. Mark might strangle me. That's pretty good. Maybe I can forget about Panther.
I mean, even the entire time, I was always just like, oh man, I want the Ken update. Like, anytime they, like... Even when they revealed Gabriel, I was like, why not Ken, though?
Okay.
I know what I want.
Uh-huh.
I guess I did think that, like, when playing Mark's route, I was like, oh, does that mean Ken's not gonna have, like, the personality I thought he was gonna have?
It ended up that he just had it, but even better than you
But
could have
more.
imagined. Yes.
Well, they usually don't have, like, multiple of the, wow, look at this, like, broken love interest that, like, in this specific way. you
Yeah,
know,
and that-
like,
yeah.
in the problematic
And
way.
Yeah. And Gabriel certainly wasn't that.
No, but I knew that Gabriel was gonna be a cutie from the start. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
what a good boy. I do like Gabriel, but you know.
Yeah, but the problem is you saw the coach.
Ooh, damn, you right.
This character was designed to be, like, unlikable, like an asshole,
But also have a gigantic crotch. It was like, yeah, everyone wants me. And Josh is like, well, I'm not going to say I don't.
I mean, but every character design is so fucking horny in that game. I'm not complaining.
it really is.
Like, anytime a character shows up, I'm just like,
I'm trying-
damn!
Well, that's why that's part of that's another reason why I'm like, who is this fox? Because it's also like the least horny design.
I know, it's for boring people.
Oh my god. God, isn't he like a German engineer too? He's probably gonna be like a Nazi.
Oh yeah,
God
he is.
damn it.
Well, yeah, he's probably like part of the Axis powers, like, because he's like a traveling like Japanese engineer that was like
Yeah.
currently doing work in like Germany,
Yeah.
and there's no one there that's from the like the 40s time frame.
Yeah. Oh no. My boy.
So I'm like, okay, he's either gonna be like a goody two shoes that's really boring, or
Just no character in this game is gonna be really boring.
facts. Everything's
Like-
exciting. Like, I think that's one thing I like is just like everything's exciting in Burrows,
Yeah.
and usually it's
That's
the
really
elements
good.
that like I thought I wouldn't care for that I end up really caring a lot about, like the that whole nightmare subway sequence and the last Mark's route where you meet Mr. Saturday.
Oh.
I think that was his name. Like,
Interesting.
I loved
Yeah,
that
I'm
whole
so-
sequence.
I only played the first two builds, so I haven't seen that, but I'm curious to go back and like actually check it out. But that seems interesting.
I also like the variation on when you go to Mark's work, because there's like two different
Okay.
versions of that scene, and I played both of them.
Oh, interesting.
Because I was like, well, I want to do everything for Mark because he's a cutie.
Oh my god. I just. Though, like, I wonder how many. I'm very curious to see what happens with your numbers after a Minotaur Hotel Ruthless route.
I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Because, like, there's a, like, I'm just curious to see what the results are, but then we already know your feelings on Asterion.
Oh, do you mean like
And-
the like to dislike bar? Or like
No, I just mean, like, are people gonna be turned off when you're like, well, no, I'm just doing this, you know, just because. And then, because you're not gonna do the, like, because again, there's two ways to get to the Ruthless Master route. There's the way where you're just, like, do a normal route, and then at the last second, when Asterion, like, when the whole Greta thing is happening with the internet, you send him out to the valley even though you promised him not to, and he's like, I trusted you. And you said you would never do that, and then you did.
oh, that sounds like the
And then
boring
it
way to
starts
get
to
into
rip
that
it
route,
out.
though.
Yeah. And then there's the other route, which is where you're just like, nah, I'm just. gonna
Argos
be,
told
like,
me this is a good idea. Let's go.
Yes. Yes. And then you get to deal with it, and then you get to deal with, like, just, you know, a bit of trauma for a while, for a good long while. Because it's funny, because the Ruthless Master route is not that, but the setup to it can be.
Fuck, let's go.
And then it's great, because then you might be like, oh, I actually like Asterion now.
Maybe. Who knows? This is Asterion's second chance.
I think the best bet is gonna be the third chance. Once you're going through the speedrunner route, like from the start, like again, when it gives you the option to give him like a modern shirt while he's still in his like deformed state, where it's like, I don't know, where he's like, I really like these clothes, but do you think I should wear something else? You need to immediately be like, yeah, you need new clothes. Because he's appreciative in every single route, except for Speedrunner, in which he tries to be appreciative. He tries so hard to be like, yeah, this is, you know, I think maybe it's just the times, and it's there's details there uh, that are specific only to Speedrunner, because the shirt changes with every single form he gets. He gets a different shirt only in Speedrunner, with a different design. And it's so embarrassing for the main character.
For the main
It's like, I'm
character?
helping-
What?
Yes, because your main character's like, I made this for you, and it's like, oh no. He thinks this is good. He thinks this is helpful.
Well, yeah.
Like the leadership version is not that much better, but it's the same design all throughout, and eventually, yeah, you could see Asterion wearing that. Where it's just like a giant, like, neon pink shirt that says Moo on it with an exclamation mark. Because you're like,
Good.
yeah, as a leader, I'm just super confident. So, like, you can give that to him while he's still disheveled and it just says Moo, and he's like, again, like, his face is just, like, half gone. He's still, like, skin and bones and just a gigantic ass Moo. And it's very stupid and very funny. Like, it's almost, like, it's essentially Speedrunner level. But again, he does grow into that shirt. He does grow into the tank top. It's still the same design all the way through. The Speedrunner route shirt changes, and every single time it's just like, oh no.
It just gets better, right?
Oh, it's like, it gets better than the first one, but it is equally embarrassing. The first one has like a little bit of extra spice, and that he made it for you. There's Speedrunner has so much just like content that's just for that route, because it was basically just like Manoff inserting what he did. That's where he gets to like just write a bunch of shit, and it's just it's so painful. It's so he knows his audience. Again, there's a reason why. Well, I guess he didn't know his audience, but he knows the audience he wants to target, which is why, again, for a while it was just a Christian shirt.
Fucking blessed.
Just no longer there, but still finds a way to, like, again, like, you're giving that to Asterion, like, as a gift. Like, oh my god. Like, oh my god. What a fucking mess.
It's better
just-
this
you're gonna-
way.
It will be for you, because you're also gonna be like, wow, it's weird because I'm being rewarded for how I played the first time.
Yeah. That sounds great.
Yeah. It's actively gonna just be like on your side, being like, yeah, no, this is great. And every single character is just gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And you just will not realize. And that's so accurate.
I mean, isn't optimization fun?
Oh my god. Like, I'm very excited for certain things, but I'm also like cringing internally. I was like, part of the reason that I cringed so hard at some of the things you did in your art background is because, like, it's just like a future reverberation. Like, I'm feeling the future when you get to that scene again. And you
The
suddenly
future
see a
was
new
truly
option.
in the past.
Yes, when you see the new option where it's suddenly like, in parentheses, speedrunner, where you get new tutorials and it says in parentheses, speedrunner. And it's just like, oh no. Oh.
Did you not like the
I'm happy it
mechanics?
exists in the... I mean, I didn't fully utilize them the way that I know you will. To the point where, like, I can imagine Themba will feel like a little bit like an afterthought to you, where it's like you're not gonna miss not having him in that playthrough.
You seemed like you were in so much distress when I said that I liked Themba.
I was.
And you're like, oh, you
It
like
wasn't-
him? And my response was just obtain 6 raw material.
I was in distress when you said that. Where I was like, oh yeah, it's cute that he calls him like Uncle Asterion, and like he has this like kind of interesting ties to the hotel. Then you're like, 6 raw materials, and it's just like, oh my god, of course that's what you would see.
I mean, yeah.
Ah, boy, oh boy.
I get
I'm
I get
very
rewarded for doing the thing.
I'm very excited for you to like. There's a very big reason why I want you to do Ruthless before you do Speedrunner, because there's a bunch of shit you missed that is going to be explained. So instead of just there being like one major reveal, there's going to be 2 for you.
Selkie, I guess you'll just have to wait for the Twitter.
Yep.
Like when I post it on Twitter. Either that or back
Yeah.
up the stream.
Yeah. And I will say, try to get at least like 2 or 3 of the endings. There will be a point where you can like start making decisions in Ruthless, and then just like fast forward. So just make a save around there. There's 4 endings in total. It's a little like you just choose like a bunch of different options on the last day of it. But some of them are really good and interesting, and you'll get more Storm content if you do.
Good. That's the content I'm here for.
Yep. And that's all I'm gonna say.
I feel like that more than anything else is the legacy of the Minotaur Hotel playthrough, is me saying the other Minotaur.
I mean, is that a bad legacy?
No, it's great even.
You need that contrast. Like that's the whole thing with.
Because I went back and like watched one of those videos, and oh, you really can hear a disappointment in my voice when I go back to Asterion.
It's like it's so obvious, and you don't mean to, which is why I mean the shit out of that. Because I was like, Josh, this is bad.
I know.
Like it's not bad because it means you genuinely like this other character, but it's still fucking funny that it's like, no, this is what you're on. This is the romance for the game. There's gonna be more. It's just not gonna be with you, the player character.
But what if I want this Minotaur?
Just Bird of Black. Pretend.
Terrible.
Oh, he likes
It's like
it.
what I have to self-insert as a peacock.
Yeah. I mean, is that so weird for you? For you.
No, Chopamon,
Especially
you don't need to
not-
watch more of the Minotaur Hotel videos. They're
Not even just like a peacock, but specifically like Pedro. Like, and his, like, the fact that he's, like, Storm calls him a cunt, and he's like, yeah, and? Like, you're like, how am I supposed to relate to this character? No. You relate to that character.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I do really like P a lot.
You heard it here. You heard it here, Ian. Who's not here. He really likes P a lot.
Oh my god.
We got there.
Here. Paris, is that what you wanted?
I don't know. Do I need to click on something? Do I need to look at the Discord?
Yeah, I just put it in the Discord. Wait, people are using the other channels? Oh my god, what is... Okay. Okay.
Wait.
I went into the other media tab for a second and just was a little...
Oh.
Yeah, we're not going
Oh.
back in there.
No, but I am glad to see you now.
Well, you know, she's a high summoner.
I'm just thinking of Salty Bet. Do you know what Salty Bet is? Have you heard of that?
Yeah. The
Okay.
gambling machine.
Somebody made a unifighting character that was just like photos of a 3D model. Like, it wasn't the 3D model, it was just like a bunch of sprites based on it. Like, they were making like Donkey Kong Country, but with like the Final Fantasy like 10 or 10-2 model. And it was just so fucking stupid, and I loved it so much. It was such a dumb character. All of the moves were so awful and just so trashy. And so I see that and I just think of that character now. And I'm so thankful that Salty Bet exists.
I mean,
It
it's
leads to
neat.
such trash.
I don't dislike the Salty Bet.
It's good for like background noise sometimes too. I really like they have like a really stupid let me see if I can find it. Cuz I think the Yuna is too new for it to be.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to start doing the new Shelter playthrough and Ruthless soon, because I've already finished. I finished recording Temptations Ballad a while ago.
Oh, the new update.
Yeah, so that'll go up
So
like tomorrow or the next day. It's after the last password video, because that's what it's replacing.
Okay, so you've already seen my beloved character. You finally met him, even though he's been there from the start. The young sprite for Hamish.
Hamish?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. He's good. That was a good scene.
My little crying boy. And you know what? I like sad boys, and I feel bad. I'm just like, wow, it's so hot that you're trying what you're trying to do right now. I'm not gonna say the word, but I wanted to. It's
I
really
mean,
attractive. You're filling your.
sad boys have an
vest with
appeal. I
rocks.
get it.
It's not all of them. Not all of. It's just specifically him. I'm just like, oh. Especially because we see him be like really badass in the update before this, where I'm just like, oh. And it's also just Cole being like an absolute dick to see that scene in the first place.
Nah, Cole
But of
Best character
course-
did nothing wrong.
Oh my god. Of course you'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You have that power. Let's just do it.
Yeah! Why the fuck not? Do it with everyone. Fuck it. You'll learn a lot of information very quickly. I was surprised that Calder had a scene in that update. I kind of thought that we wouldn't see him.
There was a lot in that update, like more than I would expect.
Yeah, there was like 2 or 3 Artemi scenes. I did not expect that much of her. Fuck. But that was a good update. I like that cast a lot.
I'm excited. Okay, so word ended. There's been 2 more Patreon builds since then. I haven't seen any of them, but for a little while there, it seemed like where the build you finished ended was going to be like it for a year, and that made me very upset.
What? That's fine enough. Like,
Like, just awful. With Cole
Just
right there, I'm
awful.
just like, Cole, just talk.
no, it's better this way.
No.
Be a bitch. Let's go. Ruin your relationships. It'll be funny. Wait, where's the thing? Okay. But we didn't get to see the orca in that update. Like,
God, you fucking. Oh, Josh.
what's wrong with the orca?
There's nothing wrong with it, but again, his intro, you were immediately like, oh. Again, it was a very obvious reaction and an immediate reaction.
But isn't it always with me?
It really is.
It happens multiple times in the latest Burrows update.
I'm sure the otter at some point.
Oh, the otter is real good.
I haven't played it, but I've seen it, and I was like, oh fuck, this is the kind of otter I want.
Why are the character designs in this game so good? I even like the lizard guy who's friends with Gabriel. I really like his design too.
No, I don't think I've seen him because I never finished Gabriel's route. I really need to get back to Burrows, and so I just, for a while there, I just stopped playing VMs altogether. Because of work, I just was like, I can't handle anything. But now I've played through all of Burry's route with Shelter, and I'm like, okay, I can go back and revisit some things. Like, I haven't even finished Minotaur Hotel's updates.
What, you didn't finish Kembish's update?
No. Well, okay. That's at least partially because I was trying to get Kenbish and Robert. Like, I wanted to finish it with Kenbish's update with, like, Robert as a guest. And you can't do that right now with how many slots are available. So I'm just stuck in this really long sex scene, and I'm like, I'll get back to it, but it was just like, I know that I'm gonna be done with this and then not have a chance to like progress further. I'm not gonna meet Solid Snake Dad.
Is he the one that's going to turn Cambish into the other boar?
No,
Okay.
but maybe that too. There might be two that turn him into like the other boar. Which is upsetting. And
I think that's my favorite request you've ever had for the channel, is just don't play the Kenbush update until I've played. I don't want to hear you say the other boar.
Because the problem is you will. Like, it's so...
Is Kenbish not
they
strong
are
enough?
Really? There, he is, and you'll be like, I like this until a certain point. And yes, like you know what I'm talking about. Because again, they are really strong. They are the best hangouts so far because there's significantly more meat to them than the other ones. I don't know if, like, I know that it was partially because Nanoff was really into this character, but from what Minnow has said, is that, like, also, like, you haven't had a chance to really see these characters the way you have with, like, Luke or Coda. So they wanted to make sure that, like, okay, now here's going to be like a real intro to these characters. Now you're actually going to get to like know them on a way that's closer to Coda and Luke. So we're going to make it like their hangouts significantly more substantial. And you can tell. And yeah, definitely they will revamp them, but like even Coda's, which was in a newer style, it doesn't it delves deeper, but you're still mostly at the hotel. Whereas you are with Kenbish's, but you still like go out and you visit other places, and other stuff is happening that's just a lot further and more new, I suppose. Like, it's not just an extension of what's already there. I do like Coda's a lot, but I think that Kenbish's are a huge upgrade from that. Good. Thank you for that. Because that's how I feel about Coda half the time. But no shade. A little shade. Like, it's not even a criticism of that. It's just that, like, that's kind of by design. That, like, you've already seen so much that it's not. It's more of an exploration of the characters that you haven't seen, or more getting into, like, why they are the way they are. But it's not new information so much. It's more just extrapolation, whereas a lot of with Kenbish's stuff, it is fairly new because you really don't get that much out of him of what was already there.
Uh-huh.
Which is why, like, it's significantly longer too. God, yeah, the whole scene, where I was like, I saw it and I was like, Josh, you can't do this because you're gonna like diss Kenbish and it's gonna hurt me. It's gonna hurt my soul. Maybe someday it will happen. It probably will, but
I guess I could just never play Kenbish's update.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe you could never do that. Like, again, you're missing out on some really solid boars. Like, again, Nanoff
fucking adores Boris, and this is like basically his.
I
Like,
can tell from that one
hey.
webcomic.
He's like, hey, oh my god, yes. So this is him being like, because this was, he mentioned this before, like, when Minnow was asking, like, hey, would you be willing to do the art for this? He's like, yeah, on one condition, I get to add a character, and that character is a boar. So yeah, this is him kind of going all out with that, which is why there's not just one new boar introduced, there's two new boars introduced. And they're both very good. And one of them is just like, okay. He's really just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this. So if you like boars, it's a good update for that. If you like cooking, it's a good update. It's just,
You know, I like the cooking.
I know, and that's why I'm just like, Josh's content was like written for you, and I'm so upset about that. You'll like it, and that's gonna hurt me.
That's why I stayed out of the that one conversation on the Discord about eggs.
Oh, what was going on with that? I need more context. Was that about the omelet?
Yeah, when you were all talking about the omelet stuff. I was like,
Please
oh,
give me
I
more.
think I care too much about actually, like...
No, I need more of your hot takes, because that's what the stream has been missing. Yeah, wait,
No, I
what?
just, like, I like making omelets and things. Like, I used to, anyway. I haven't made them in years. But I used to make, like, perfectly rolled omelets, like, all the time. Like, I would practice, like, on the daily. And that was something I had actually gotten, like, really good at.
So I am sorry about how mean I was being to omelets. I stand by what I said, but I also realize that it's just a me thing where I prefer scrambled eggs, and I really, really, really like fried eggs.
What, you don't like the experience of an omelet?
Omelets aren't an experience though. They're like, see, the problem is I like eggs. I like eggs a lot. It feels like omelets are like an excuse for like the fillings. Like they're kind of like the plate for the fillings. Whereas like if you're doing a scramble, it's everything. If you're doing other ones, you're putting it on top of it. It's part of it. Omelets just kind of feel like, I don't know. Maybe I've just had a lot of bad omelets where it's either
But the
like
presentation of, like, making it flip correctly and it looks beautiful on the plate. And...
Yeah, but I can't make pancakes.
What?
I can't flip things. I can't flip food.
Yeah,
I will
what?
make pancakes, but they will be fucking disasters.
Fane, I was doing this shit when I was, like, 7.
Yeah, I know. I also can't use an X-Acto knife.
I mean, I can use an X-Acto knife pretty well. People don't trust me with it, though.
I finally found the Groudon, the Pokemons.
Oh, Chopamon! That's hysterical.
I can't actually do that. I just don't. Only in Disco Elysium. But it's not my first choice.
Oh, fucking amazing. Cause I would make, like, the American-style omelets, and I got pretty good at making, like, the Japanese rolled egg.
What's the difference?
You use different ingredients, and, like, tamago is usually served, like, sliced into, like, the
Okay.
rolls.
Okay.
But you have to, like, properly roll the egg while it's in the skillet, so it gets, like, the nice rolled texture. real fun to actually like get decent at. But and I've always liked the taste of that shit, where you mix the egg with mirin and soy sauce.
Interesting. That does sound kind of good. So, I would make like omelet rice, but I would use it with scrambled eggs because I would fuck up so badly with the omelet.
What?
So
Oh my god! I like when I figured out how to do like the omelet rice thing. I felt like a god. I'm just like, oh my god, look, it's like this perfect rolled thing, and it's great when you like cut into it while you're eating. It's good.
I'm sure it is, and I will never know because even if I can't do it, maybe Brian could, but he hates eggs. So
Brian, you have to get good at cooking eggs. You don't have to eat it, you just have to get good at flipping it.
did you see his conversation too with pizza where I was like stressing out? I was like, hey, do you like feta cheese, or like, are you okay with it? And he's like, it's fine. And then he said, I'm fine with any pizza like topping as long as it's not mushrooms.
You know, I've never had mushrooms on pizza.
Really?
Yeah, it's just never
Do
come up.
you not get pizza a lot, or do you just like not? You do. You get the. Okay, sorry. You get the 3-meat pizza, so it's usually not an option unless you pay extra.
Yeah, I usually just get like whatever, like 2 or 3 meats, and then like I'm on my way.
See, I actually like or mushrooms on pizza. I think it's pretty good. Although it's better when they're thin sliced.
Mm-hmm. Like maybe the next time I like make pizza myself.
You should try it. I mean, obviously you like mushrooms, so it'd be very weird if you just didn't like it. Like maybe it's.
What makes
not a
you
combo
think
for
I
you,
like
but,
mushrooms?
You going to multiple stores just to find like one specific type.
Look, shiitake mushrooms
Maybe.
just like they soak better when you use them for stews and shit.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the Bella mushrooms have too much like moisture in them, so they're a bit weird when you use them for stews.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have a good night, Chapelmon.
Later.
Always good to see you. Because he hangs out in the Pervader server, right?
Yeah.
Messer, hello.
Oh God, Messer.
Unless you were here the whole time. Secretly.
No.
I remember you
He would've
saying that you were
probably
gonna go to bed, like, 4 hours ago now? Honestly, I'm surprised, like, you and Kenta stayed as long as you did when I was streaming earlier. Faku.
I'm sure you are.
I mean, that stream was, like, for no one other than me, because I was just eating dinner and watching stuff, but... Yeah. Faku. Yeah, that's fine.
Why aren't there good Yuna Salty Pit videos? Come on. That's all I'm asking for.
I had only streamed like a couple more episodes, Kenta. I just wanted to finish that small little tournament.
Call Master Kenta.
Whoops, I might have. Look,
Just like you called him Mrs.
it's getting to that time where my mind is starting
is.
to.
Good. The best time.
Sure, I'll play Shelter before I go to bed.
Great. You can get the scenes with Alon and make Ian very happy, and you'll be very like, oh no, I have to do this.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
Ian put up instructions, and I think it was in the channel announcements.
You actually were very close to getting the scene. You just were like, instead of doing the redder the better, after you just have to be like, oh, let me listen to like Rune and Thistle's conversation about weapons. And they're clearly talking about dicks. And then you were like, I'm just not gonna answer. And then it's like, well, I think they're both great. And the dogs hate you for that. And then you get an option to redeem yourself. And you can choose the redder the better. Or you can choose the, oh, you know, it's all good to me. And you chose the, oh, it's all good to me. You need to choose the redder the better.
Mm-hmm.
Because a certain somebody will suddenly just pop in and be like, I'm social for this second. And I'm pissed you would say this. He's not talking directly to you, but he's like, I need to, like, justify and, like, explain why you're wrong. It's great. Lots of fun subtext. You know, and you just go from there. And the next time you see him, you just play along with him. You know, the whole tsundere thing, and just you just go with it. And when he offers you a bet, oh, you do have to ask him about his sex life. That's another thing.
Oh, fucking blessed.
And he's yeah. And he's like, of course I have a sex life.
Of course I have a sex life. Why wouldn't I? I'm an amazing
Yes.
wolf.
Yes.
Everyone would love to have me, but nobody can.
Yeah. Basically, and then you get to do a bet. And you just take the bet. And you could either succeed at it or you can fail. You'll probably fail it. But failing it is good. Failing it is better.
Just
and
assuming
don't
I'm
feel bad
gonna
if you
fail.
Yeah. I mean, I failed it. There's no scrolling back until the very end. And, like, once you fail it, there's a scene, and you can scroll back to choose an option later on. I would do that, and I would do the scene again with the new option that's available after you choose the option by scrolling back, because it's so quick.
Yeah.
Which is basically just calling on out, and you also get a little badge and a extra scene at the end where you're like, did you really just do that? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You can't prove anything. You're fucking dead. It's great. And then Burry gets to be like, I'm just gonna, like, lay down some things for you, Wolf. And it's wonderful. And then you can kiss Burry and you get even more extra content.
I do
'Cause I'm
like
sure
the
you kissed
Burry
him.
a lot.
Did you kiss him that first time to share the magic powers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you do the scene with Alon a second time once you get the new option, that changes that scene just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And then it leads to him being, like, more open and giving you more details about his backstory, because I initially didn't do that, and I played through, like, quite a bit of the night, and then Ian mentioned, like, this is what you can do, and then I was like, okay, I guess I'll go and just see what it's like, and I was like, oh, he's telling me shit I did not realize. Okay.
Uh-huh.
He's a sneaky boy. That Alon.
Is he?
I mean, You haven't found most of the Where's Waldo Alans in the game, so
I mean, this is true.
I haven't either. I need to go back and get more of them.
Master, what are you talking about? Are you saying Burry is a lunch lady? Are you calling him out as like a cafeteria? Like, are you being like he's basically just a
But
school worker?
he cute. Very so cute.
He's fine. He's cute. I
He's
will
a-
admit it.
He's
He
a
grew on
good
me
boy.
quite a bit. He grew on me a lot. I really like Cooper from the one scene I've seen him in, which is apparently the only scene he's in. I don't know if you've met him.
Do I remember anyone named Cooper?
Probably not, but if you beat the game in the epilogue, your character will be like, "And what happened to Cooper?" And I was like, "Who the fuck is Cooper?"
And apparently, it's if you don't like go hang out with Burry in the kitchen, you get an option to like have a scene with him if you follow Thistle. And it's like, oh, this is Cooper. Oh, he's good. And Rouse was like, yeah, Cooper's my favorite character. I'm sure you'll be seeing more of him soon. I was like, oh, okay. I hope so.
Amazing.
He is very much like you.
What?
He's very proud, does not admit stuff, but he's very blushy crushy.
Terrible, terrible.
I mean, the truth can be terrible, but it doesn't need to be. Own up to your sins.
I have no sins.
Okay. You're drawing Leo and you have no sins, right? Okay.
Yeah. I'm just drawing a very handsome fella.
Making him extra beefy, I see.
That's just how I draw.
Josh, I've seen you draw Leo before. He's a little bit beefier than usual. You know, he kind of has the body figure of that video you posted. With the like band that was, I don't know, where they were singing the guitarist.
The what? Video?
Yes. It was like 4 people singing, and one of them was playing guitar.
Oh,
the far
okay,
right.
yeah. The Goose House video. Yeah.
Yes, he kind of has that body type.
Or I just like posted that and was like, yo, guy on the left is fucking hot.
Yep. And he was, to be fair. People who, like, it's generally yes, but also just, like, people with music and, like, that sort of charisma that he had, like, it adds to it. Because then their body moves in fun ways.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. Does Leo play guitar? I don't know that he does, but I feel like he's the type of person who would eventually, like, I feel like he's eventually gonna play guitar if he doesn't already.
Oh, I always took him for the guy who bought a guitar because he thought it would be cool and then never learned it.
Yeah. But if he thought it would impress Chase, he might.
Maybe. I guess I thought of
He
it as
might
like
be
the
the type of-
like teenager buys guitar because oh wouldn't that make me look cool and then like never actually fully learns it.
Yeah. But, like, he has this whole thing where he's like, you know what, Chase, you should have just started a blog. Maybe he'll just start, like, a guitar teaching thing where he just
No,
doesn't
he'll start
know
a
how to play
band
guitar,
camp.
but he's like, oh, yeah. No, Master, that's too cliche, but, like, you're getting
What the
to
fuck is a
vibe.
Wonderwall?
I know. Josh, it's okay.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Just tell me what a Wonderwall is.
It's just like the cliche white boy with a guitar. Like if they know one song, it's Wonderwall. That's just what it is.
No, Messer, you can't just say wow like that. I don't know things. No, you don't understand. I just actively don't know things. I spent too much of, like, my teenage years not paying attention to pop culture.
It's just perfectly fine and God. You know what the problem with you is, Josh?
What?
You want to say, you know what? Avoiding pop culture is like a good thing.
No,
Like,
but I
you're
didn't do it
probably
on
better
purpose.
off.
That's the weird part.
I know, but like even still, you want to think like like it's really trashy. You're probably better off for having avoided it. But then like again, we see you and it's like, oh, well, that theory is kind of like screwed now. Like this goes against that. Like he's not better off. He's not more cultured. You are more abrasive, but you're not. You're not even more abrasive. You're just abrasive in a different way. I like this stick. Angry. Is this gonna be Bird?
I don't know. Maybe...
He does not know pop culture. This could be Otter. It could be Otter. I saw like an otter face almost.
Is it an otter face?
A little bit. It's a little bit like Oshawott.
Have like a little nose and some little whiskers.
Yeah.
A little bit of fuzz on the chin.
I think that looks really cute in a very like this is Oshawott as an adult if he didn't turn into like what he was going to. He's like, no, I've seen my dad turn into Samurott. I don't want that for me. And then he's just this awkward otter. He's a little bit pretentious, but he's cute too.
Did you just describe Chase?
No, because Chase is a different kind of otter. Oshawott's like sea otter. This is like, and Chase is a river otter. There's a difference. There's a difference in their awkwardness. Like river otters know they're cute. I don't think sea otters do. And to be fair to them, they're kind of not.
To be fair to them, they're just not fucking adorable, and this
They're
just don't
kind of
deserve
not.
to be thought of.
Okay, it's like there's certain dog breeds. Like I love Lillipup. I think Lillipup's really cute. The dog breed he's based off of in real life is kind of messy. Kind of like, oh, you look a little ratty. And like when I see a sea otter, I'm like, oh, you look a little ratty. You look a little bit shaven. A little unkempt. Yes. Selkie, there's a reason I'm not saying the name.
Why?
Reasons.
Okay.
You know, they might hear me. Oh, I like this.
I'm not a coward, they know. They know by how I react. As a dog person, they know. This is really good so far.
Just an annoyed whittle otter.
I mean, yes. That's good though. Like, he's not even annoyed. He's just kind of like dismayed at life. He's just like, I don't understand how we got here, but it is in a judgmental way. He's like, here right now. There's a party going on. He got dragged to the party. This person is drinking alcohol, and like, that person is going to be turning 21 in a week, but like, they're not 21 yet. So this is his like, I can't believe you're illegally drinking alcohol face. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting from. I don't think he's that much of a killjoy, but it's just the kind of look.
Phenomenal.
He may or may not have a cross necklace.
Oh my god. You're making this person sound like such a little prick. Like,
I mean, do you see that face? Because again, it's not annoyed exactly. It's more like there's so much like I'm doing this for you and I'm not gonna complain, but I'm gonna look like this the entire time and you're gonna feel that energy. And I love that. I think that's perfect for this little otter friend. And, you know, it's real sea otter vibes.
oh my god.
They're just like, they're the Christians of the sea.
Oh. Oh no.
We got there.
Oh god.
That's what they would say. That is what they would say.
Oh. This poor otter.
He's so cute, though.
More of a killjoy than I'll ever be.
Well, it's the same face when I'm just like, I don't know, I really like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think there's something really interesting about it. Like, genuinely. Or I really love this dub. And it's just like the same sort of, you're missing the point. Like, you can like that. I'm not gonna judge you for it. But I am gonna make this face.
You know what? You've convinced me. This otter is just correct.
The sea otter. He's a sea otter because I think sea otters are just a little bit more. You know, they're their own thing. When people think of otters, they don't naturally think of sea otters, and I can actually prove it. Give me a second here. I'm still watching this. I'm still watching it. I'm just also looking for something to make a point.
Uh-huh.
Come on, Google.
Ignore me for a second. I'm looking for something.
Well, you heard him, everyone. We just have to ignore Fane now.
Josh.
Yes.
So this is the reason why, like, sea lions are less valid. I'm posting it right now,
And everyone knows it. And okay, it's in voice chat. Now everyone knows why.
Uh-huh. What am I looking at?
You don't see that for sea lions. They don't have a license plate.
What state would it be?
I don't know. California could maybe have something. I mean, I don't actually know. Oh my god! 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 This is real! This is real! Oh! Holy shit! Holy shit! Sorry, give me a second. This is life changing. For you. God, I didn't realize Nebraska was your state.
What? Nebraska's not real.
2022
You can't prove
certified.
anything.
I can prove.
Wait, is Brian playing Dawn Chord?
Did he choose the wrong thing? Oh my fucking god, he would.
They're the same. They both have Dawn in the name.
I'm glad that I was looking for the Pennsylvania one and just was treated to this news about Josh the Otter license plates being a new thing in 2022.
Oh
For
no,
Nebraska.
I have to go buy a Nebraska license plate.
And I just like it. It's like, if we're thinking of Chase, there's the be safe around water, which just sounds very evil. Also, yes, this character is extremely cute. Also, his thighs are very intense, and I like that.
Oh my god. Do I have to add this otter to the roster?
Probably. We have Zeke, we have Vita. Zeke's the bad boy.
Zeke is
Now
the
have-
bad boy?
No, sorry. When I mean, okay. Zeke is a stoner bad boy, so he's
Oh, there we go.
Also kind of, yes. Because he's not just the typical bad boy. He's also just, like, super high, not fully there, but, like, when he does chime in, it's a little bit like, okay, Zeke, you need to, like, stop talking, but also you're high, so it's okay. We forgive you, King. Levels of just, like, you know, you're not yourself right now, but it is him. He's just stoned, so it's actually better.
Oh my
He's
god.
more calm. Vita's just dumb, but we love him anyway.
No, Vita's the most intelligent of the group.
Would say that.
Everyone just
And then we
looks at
have
him and
this
shakes
boy.
their head as if he doesn't have a point. And he always has a
And we
point.
have this boy right here. This boy looks like a Ross to me.
Oh, Ross! Oh man, that's a good name. Our
I just
wholesome
get the
Christian
vibe.
otter Ross.
Yeah, that's the vibe I get.
Oh my god.
We've got our fun little friend group here. It's building out. And you know what? I don't blame him for being upset if his friend group complains like Zeke and Vita. Like, he's like, I'm sober. And like, people have problems. And then you have fucking Vita who's like, yeah, the Vita didn't sell more. And then you have Zeke over here. He's just like stoned out of his mind. He's like, "What the fuck did you say?" Oh wait, no. Like it's a great team so far. We love them.
Oh no. Fuck. This is so good.
It is. It's pretty good. Okay. Thank you for all of this. Thank you for the cross. You know what? This is a Christian stream.
A wholesome
We have
Christian
the cross.
stream. All the time.
This was a wholesome Christian stream. We got there.
Now I won't be able to think of this character without the cross necklace. Like,
But that's fine.
it
His,
feels
like,
like
his
such a
tail is-
defining thing for him.
His tail is so thick, it's fine.
Aren't otter tails like big and thick, long and thick?
Yes. Yeah, but this one is especially like, I don't know, this one feels especially horny. But that's good, you need to keep it like that.
Oh my god. Okay. But yeah, I'll turn off the stream. I don't want to start another drawing.
Yeah.
So
I
I'll
think
see
that's
you
a good
around
idea.
YouTube.
Bye.